financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Wyoglass wants to wish all the Lander Valley Tiger teams good luck this year. Wyoglass is locally owned and operated in Lander. They bleed green. Call or stop in today to get a quote on a window or get a quick fix on your window for a rock chip. Wyoglass is Lander.
Papa Murphy's is proud to sponsor this week's Player of the Game. For a limited time, enjoy a Papa Murphy's barbecue chicken pizza made with KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce. After the game or anytime, you can't beat the fresh ingredients and authentic flavor of a Papa Murphy's Take and Bake pizza. And you know it's baked right every time because you baked it yourself. Papa Murphy's on North Federal in Riverton. Drop in or order online at papamurphys.com. Go Wolverines!
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit nreca.org.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Hometown Freedom Healthcare, making healthcare great. Providing coverage in family medicine, women's health, pediatrics, and mental health. Meet providers Tara Blumenshine and Adina Vasco and Jessica Rodriguez. Come see us at Hometown Freedom Healthcare, locally owned, 463-0541.
The staff and board at the Fremont County Fair wish to thank everyone who attended the fair this year. Whether you enjoyed Family Day, a night event, entered a craft show, or showed your livestock, thank you for all your efforts. We'll be moving and grooving next year, so stay tuned.
Take care of your heart. You only get one, so eat well by avoiding salty, fatty foods and fill up on fiber and grains. Stay active. Shoot for 150 minutes of physical activity per week. Take your heart medications and call 911 if you're having any symptoms of a heart attack or stroke. Lander Medical Clinic cares about your heart, but no one should care more about your heart than you.
Snyder Signature Properties would like to give a huge shout out to the local sports of Fremont County. They are here to support your team and your local home real estate needs. Call today to see how Snyder Signature Properties can help you buy and sell your next property. Good luck to all Fremont County athletes.
Hey, it's
Big
Cody
Piney,
Beers
we're
here.
in Sublette County, about 184 miles from Shoshoni High School to Big Piney High School. I'm Cody Beers, and I'm joined here by Shawn And today, it's the Battle of the Titans in 1A 9-man football. as you've got the Shoshoni Wranglers coming in at 5-1 on the season, 4-0 in conference play, facing the Big Piney Punchers at 5-1 overall and 4-1 in conference play. Big Piney's only loss came at the hands of Wind River 2 weeks ago, and that's the last time, Shawn O'Brate, this Big Piney team has played a football game.
And Wind River is definitely one of those teams that it's okay to lose to because they can run it down your throats. They're going to have a different type of offense that they're going against today, though, with the QB, Alex Mills. He really likes to let it loose through the air when he can. Well,
as I said, this Big Piney team hasn't played in nearly 2 weeks. We'll see what kind of rust they have. Shoshoni, well, they've been playing every week, and they had a forfeit win over St. Stephen's too, but they were able to get another game against the Cheyenne East JV on September 15th. That ended up in a 54-21 win for Coach Tony Trumpler and the Shoshoni Wranglers. Today, the Big Piney Punchers and the Shoshoni Wranglers meet in a Key West Conference matchup right here at Punchers Field in Big Piney. We'll be back with more of the pregame show brought to you by Hampton Inn and Suites.
Visit Lander Gambles to make your home feel like new. They will beat any competitor's price. Stop by to speak to one of the sales agents or visit LanderGambles.com. Lander Gambles will help you find the perfect product that fits your budget and lifestyle. Lander Gambles, 420 Main Street, Lander, Wyoming.
It's Physical Therapy Month.
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 It's Physical Therapy Month. October is National Physical Therapy Month, and here at Teton Therapy, we are celebrating all month long. In our Lander and Riverton clinics, we're hosting special events, celebrations, and great giveaways for our patients, past, present, and future. Check us out at Teton Therapy PC on Facebook for more details.
Whatever. I like April better.
Riverton's Hampton Inn and Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics and free.
Hometown Freedom Healthcare, making healthcare great. Providing coverage in family medicine, women's health, pediatrics, and mental health. Meet providers Tara Blumenshine and Adina Vasco and Jessica Rodriguez. Come see us at Hometown Freedom Healthcare, locally owned, 463-0541.
Welcome back to Big Piney High School. Cody Beers, Shawn O'Brate here in the pregame show, brought to you by the Hampton Inn and Suites. This Big Piney Punchers team, well, they opened their season on September 2nd. It was a 14-6 win over Lusk. They followed that up with a 12-8 win over Rocky Mountain, and then they took on Grable and beat Grable 32-12. That Wind River game we were talking about, it was back on September 23rd, 2 weeks ago, and they dropped a 20-18 battle here at Big Piney High School to the Wind River Cougars. And then last week turned out to be a forfeit as St. Stephen's ended their high school football season last week. So those are some of the things that happened. Incidentally, Shawn, it's a Riverton officiating crew here in attendance today. We've got Pat Harris, the white hat for the Riverton officials today. So it's good to see the Riverton officiating crew making the same road trip we did.
Yeah, there's quite a few people here making the road trip. Not only the Shoshoni team, we got some Shoshoni fans over there that even made the trek. And it was a beautiful drive. All the trees are turning colors, and I mean, everything for the first hour of that drive was just gorgeous.
Yeah, if you've got a chance to get up on South Pass this weekend, all the leaves are at their height. It's just beautiful out there. And we were in a hurry to get over here to Sublette County, but, come on out and check out the leaves. As Shawn said, they're absolutely tremendous right now as you climb South Pass, past Red Canyon and up over Limestone. Good stuff. So back to Big Piney. They're led in rushing by Caden Clifford, Clifford comes in with 23 carries for 246 yards and 1 touchdown. Ruben Stoutenberg, he gets quite a few carries. He's also a very good basketball player, 27 carries for 142 yards. Thomas Howard with, 54 yards on 14 carries. The passing is handled by Champ Snively. Snively comes in 25 of 53. That's 47% for 343 yards. Top receiver Carson Gurr. He comes in with 11 receptions for 244 yards and 5 touchdowns. Ruben Stoutenberg, another good receiver, 5 catches, 110 yards. Hunter Fisher, 5 catches and 95 yards. All-purpose offense, Carson Gurr comes in at 113 yards per game, 452 yards overall for the Big Piney Punchers. Individually on defense, it's Thomas Howard, the top scorer for the Big Piney defense. He comes in with 33 total tackles. Champ Snively comes in with 27 total tackles. Ruben Stoutenberg with 26 total tackles. And Caden Clifford with 24 total tackles. On the other side, the Shoshoni Wranglers come into this game 5-1, and that includes that forfeit win over St. Stephen's. 5-1 on the season. They opened their season with that. I think Coach Tony Trump was right. I think it was sort of this first game of the year. You're coming out. You're not as into it as you should be, but it ended up a 34-26 loss in Shoshoni to Pine Bluffs. Then they would come back and stick it on the chin of Grable, a 53-0 win. They would beat East JV as they were able to get that game after St. Stephen's pulled out. It was a 54-21 win over the Cheyenne East JV. Then they would play Rocky Mountain, take advantage of 4 turnovers, score 3 times off those 4 turnovers, and knock off Rocky Mountain 28-20. And then it was a 47-6 win over Riverside. We'll be back after a break. We're about 12 minutes from kickoff. This is the Hampton Inn & Suites pregame show on KWYW-FM, and we're streaming on WYO Today at YouTube.
The staff and board at the Fremont County Fair wish to thank everyone who attended the fair this year. Whether you enjoyed Family Day, a night event, entered a craft show, or showed your livestock, thank you for all your efforts. We'll be moving and grooving next year, so stay tuned.
WYO Glass wants to wish all the Lander Valley Tiger teams good luck this year. WYO Glass is locally owned and operated in Lander. They bleed green. Call or stop in today to get a quote on a window or get a quick fix on your window for a rock chip. WYO Glass is Lander.
It's Physical Therapy Month.
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 It's Physical Therapy Month. October is National Physical Therapy Month, and here at Teton Therapy, we are celebrating all month long. In our Lander and Riverton clinics, we're hosting special events, celebrations, and great giveaways for our patients, past, present, and future. Check us out at Teton Therapy PC on Facebook for more details.
Whatever. I like April better.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Welcome back to Big Piney High School. Individual stats first for the Shoshoni Wranglers. Peyton Trumpler comes into this game averaging 182 yards a game, 96 carries for 909 yards and 14 touchdowns. Outstanding for the senior. Cannon Campbell, the second leading rusher for Shoshoni, 44 carries, 305 yards and 5 touchdowns. And quarterback Alex Mills comes in with 26 carries for 61 yards and a touchdown. Also scoring twice in the season, Dominic Jarvis. He's got 6 carries for 40 yards. Passing-wise, Alex Mills, well, he's been the lone guy for the most part. Braxton Mills has 3 attempts. Alex comes in completing 56% of his passes. He's 42 of 75 for 692 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. Leading receiver for the Wranglers, Trey Fike, outstanding season, 23 catches, 355 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Peyton Trumpler, 7 catches, 143 yards. Jackson Stanley, 5 catches, 74 yards. Jarvis, 3 catches for 67 yards and a touchdown. Jackson Stanley with 2 touchdown catches. And Cannon Campbell with 3 catches for 45 yards and a touchdown. All-purpose yardage, Peyton Trumpler averaging 220 yards a game. Wow. Alex Mills at 151 yards a game. And, Shawn, the key for this Shoshoni team, they like their running game, and they like to run, but they need some balance in their offense.
They definitely do. You can get anything done with Peyton, just bulldozing over the defense. But with the quarterback that they have, they can do a lot. They just need to find a way, like you said, to throw some balance in there and let the quarterback take some plays more than Peyton does.
Defensively for Shoshoni, Peyton Trumpler leads the way. He's averaging 8.5 tackles per game. He's got 43 for the season. Dominic Jarvis, second at 7.7 tackles per game. Mills comes in at 3.6 tackles per game. Cannon Campbell at 5.5 tackles per game. Also Quentin Clark, Trey Fike, Jackson Stanley, Tucker Maddock, Kellen Lennon, all key defenders for this Shoshoni team. Hey, right when we got here, we were able to catch up with Shoshoni coach Tony Trumpler here on the pregame. As the teams come out to flip the coin, let's hear from Shoshoni coach Tony Trumpler right before the big Piney game. Hey, it's Cody Beers here high above the big Piney Punchers field with Coach Tony Trumpler before this big conference game, and it seems kind of odd you have to drive almost 200 miles to play a conference game, doesn't it, Coach?
Yeah, it was a nice little road trip we had. We're all pretty close except for these guys.
You guys welcome Big Piney back into the ranks of 2A football, and they're pretty tough.
Yeah, all season I've been kind of talking about them being kind of the dark horse because nobody really knew what to expect from them. They're a pretty tough football team.
They had a close one with Wind River over here about 3 weeks ago, and Wind River came out with victor, and so it makes today and next week very important for the Shoshoni Wranglers.
Yeah, we've been talking to the boys all week. We kind of control our own destiny right now, so that's our big focus, one game at a time. This is a big one for us. We got to come out and handle our business, and we should be just fine.
What does Big Piney bring to the table? What have you seen on film? What do you hear about Big Piney?
They're fast. Just watching film and stuff like that, they're fast and they're pretty aggressive.
What do they do offensively that causes you concern coming out today?
They like you to get their speed into space. And 9-man on 100 yard, on a regulation size football field, that there's some space that can be found pretty easy.
You guys, you like to balance your offense a little bit, but you're not afraid to line up and hit teams in the teeth either.
No, if we would like to probably do that more than anything, but it's just nice to have the passing that we do. We can go either way, I guess, but as far as playing smash mouth football, I think that's probably our favorite thing to do.
Tell me about a healthier team, Coach. Have you stayed relatively healthy this year?
Yeah, we're really healthy. All my varsity guys are healthy. I got a couple of my JV kids that are kind of banged up right now. I left a couple of them at home. But as far as varsity side of the ball, we're all healthy.
You said that, you control your own destiny. Is there any pressure this year being defending state champions? You've had a target on your chest all year.
Oh, yeah, there's pressure every week. I think everybody wants to beat us. So there's always that. And then, you don't want to let anybody down either. And I think that kind of is in the back of the kids' mind a lot is, we accomplished so much last year and they're high school kids. So they're really worried about letting people down if things don't go that way. So it's constantly reminding them, hey, we're not professionals. We're going to make mistakes. And if you guys go out and do your jobs, we'll be just fine.
Last big game in Shoshoni, we were there that day. It was 4 turnovers by Rocky Mountain that proved the difference because you guys were able to punch 3 of those in for touchdowns.
Yeah, Rocky's a good team, and we won the turnover battle that day. Rocky is a dangerous team, and down the stretch, people cannot look past them. That's for sure.
Turnover's a big deal, though. I guess that's my point.
Yes, a huge deal. And we're pretty good, knock on wood, that we don't turn the ball over a whole lot. And that'll change the game real quick.
Well, hey, out here on the road with you guys, we're looking forward to a good game. Any predictions?
Well, I like to say we win, but it's one of those games. It could be a blowout or it could be real close. Either way, so it's just kind of that's how our conference is right now. Our conference is tough. In my opinion, we have the top four teams easy in the conference, minus Pine Bluffs, but I still think Pine Bluffs got away with one against us. But you can't count anybody out. Wind River, Rocky, us, Big Piney. I think you'll see us pretty deep in the playoffs.
All right, Coach. Well, hey, good luck today. Hey, come up here to this corner of the stadium after the game, and we'll talk about it on the postgame.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Tony.
Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Ballard, Dr. Hinkle, and Dr. Frazier offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today.
Piney High School, as the entire Shoshoni team comes on the field for the starting lineups. Your starters for Shoshoni, brought to you by Sutherland's. Our starting lineups: Trey Fike. He will play cornerback, as Shoshoni won the flip and they deferred, so they will be on defense to open this game. Trey Fike at cornerback. It'll be Cannon Campbell, a senior, at outside linebacker. Alex Mills at safety. Cornerback Quentin Clark. He's a sophomore. Defensive end is Julian Caballo. Tucker Maddock is going to start at defensive end. It'll be Dom Jarvis at middle linebacker, Peyton Trumpler at outside linebacker for this team. Also on the defensive line, Kellen Lennon and Corbin DeWitt on the defensive line, along with Jackson Stanley at defensive end. For the Big Piney Punchers today on offense, at running back, it will be a junior, Ruben Stoutenberg, a junior, Carson Gurr, a junior, the quarterback on this team, Champ Snively. At wide receiver, it will be Caden Clifford. He's at running back. Hunter Fisher, a senior, will be at wide receiver. Roger Young on the offensive line. He's a junior. Brandon Jones, a senior, at offensive lineman. Dylan Woodward, a junior, at tight end. Landon Woodward will come off the bench. Thomas Howard at offensive line today. He's a senior. And Zach Murphy, a junior, on the offensive line. We've got about, we're getting ready to line it up. Hey, keys to the game here. First for Shoshoni in this game, what do you see, Shawn O'Brate?
Well, obviously they have to get Peyton going and get him going strong. It's not hard with the way that he's been running the ball, but if they don't get that running game started, there's no way that Alex can get the ball thrown in the air as easily. And as far as Big Piney goes, they just need to try and stop that run and try and reciprocate it on their own offensive side with their running backs.
Big Piney out in their red home uniforms, the jerseys with gray numbers. They've got gray pants, and Shoshoni with black pants and white jerseys with blue and gold accents, blue numbers on their back, and, of course, the blue helmets with the signature Cowboy Wrangler logo on the top. We're about ready to get underway as Dom Jarvis tees it up and back deep for this Big Piney team, and they'll kick it out of bounds, but back deep was Hunter Fisher, and it'll be Big Piney football.
You're already in the winter season.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you come over here with Wyoming Indian all the time, but this Big Piney team very fast in space, as Tony Trumpler said. He said, we're going to kick it out of bounds every time we kick it off this game, because that's one of the reasons that Big Piney almost knocked off Wind River, was they returned a kick for a touchdown. So first play of the game, we're out, and in the shotgun with two running backs and a wide receiver right is Snively. In motion is number 6, Carson Gurr, leading receiver on this team. Here's a handoff right side, and cutting back and gaining 7 yards on the play, actually about 6 yards, is Quentin Clark, the sophomore. Nope, sorry, wrong team. It's Caden Clifford, the sophomore running back for Big Piney. Second down and about 4 yards to go. Triple wide receiver set on the left side as Gurr looks to his left in the shotgun. He will fade to pass. It's a little flare outside, and catching him is Cannon Campbell, and also on the play, Dom Jarvis. So that's going to be a loss of 3 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd and 8 for Big Piney, and Shoshoni was all over that little pass play.
Yeah, that was a screen that just did not get set up very well. The wide receivers for Big Piney didn't even have very many people to block because Shoshoni just ran to the line when they saw that the play was coming that way.
3rd and 8 for the Punchers, as Gurr now with one receiver each side, 2 running backs in the backfield, and in the short gun. He'll fade to pass, throw it over the middle. It's going to be complete, and the tackle, but not before a first down. That pass complete to Carson Gurr, and he'll be wrestled out of bounds by Quentin Clark, and it will be a Big Piney Punchers first down on their own 48.
That was a nice pass. He was just wide open, though. There was no one defending him. I think they were expecting maybe another screenplay or something short, but definitely not a pass outright.
1st and 10 here on 99.1 FM, KWYW. We're also streaming on Wild Today at YouTube. Here's Gurr in the short gun. He'll hand off up the middle. Big hole. And across midfield down to the 44-yard line goes the running back. That's number 7 on the play. We don't have him in the program.
I don't think that's 7. Is that 1? No, even then. But you're right. He's definitely not there.
So big gain, 2nd and 3. It's number 2.
There we go.
Ruben Stoutenberg. Excuse me on that. So 2nd and 2 for Big Piney. Stoutenberg with the nice run. It was a big hole created by that offensive line. Here's Snively. He'll fake left, throw it right. It's complete inside the 15-yard line. And Gurr comes down with it. Coverage on that play by Alex Mills. And let's see, Quentin Clark. But a big first down for Big Piney. Snively came up. He had that little fake forward, and then he let it go down the right sideline, and it was a long pass for a first down.
That was a long pass, but a great catch. He was almost double covered there, and he still caught the ball.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's the pitch left side to Stoutenberg. He finds a little bit of a hole, but he'll be taken down on about the 13-yard line. Tackle on the play by Peyton Trumpler.
That was just, and it's all set up from that big pass. Now, Shoshoni, for the rest of the game, or at least the rest of this series, are just going to be expecting to look at the wide receivers a little bit more threateningly than they obviously were on that first play.
2nd and 9 on the 14-yard line. Here's Snively under center for the first time. Full house backfield behind him. Here's a rollout play. All receivers in the set. He'll throw into the end zone. Picked off. And the pickoff by Alex Mills will be a turnover. And that's just what the doctor ordered for the Shoshone Wranglers as Alex Mills comes on from his safety position and picks off the Snively pass.
Wow, that is exactly what Shoshone needed. Their defense is going to set them up, not obviously in the best field position, but, now it's 0-0. And they can look at this as a very successful drive, even though they gave up that big pass play.
So 1st and 10 for the Wranglers after that turnover. And Mills out in the gun. He's very deep, about the 2-yard line. And it's not going to go to Mills at all. It's going to go in a direct snap straight to Peyton Trumpler. Trumpler out over the 10-yard line. He'll be wrestled down at the 12. So it will be a 2nd and 8 for the Wranglers, and they got to take a break on that play, Shawn.
Yes, they did. And honestly, if that Peyton Trumpler run up the middle doesn't break at some point this game, I will be surprised, because that's his bread and butter right there, is breaking through the middle of the line.
Trumpler out in the gun, full house backfield. Trey Fike on the right. It'll be a handoff to Trumpler. He's out over the 15, and about to the 18-yard line goes Peyton Trumpler. And that'll be a gain of 6 on the play. So 3rd and 2 from the 18 for the Wranglers.
And we'll see what their third down presence looks like here. They've been pretty good on third down from all the games I've seen so far. And knock on wood, they're going to get it going here with a successful attempt.
Mills in the gun. 2 receivers left. Handoff to Trumpler. He's going to get the first down and more over the 20. And he'll be taken down right at the 25-yard line. First down, Shoshoni, after that 7-yard run. 7:25 and counting here in the first quarter in this key 1A 9-man West Conference game between the Shoshoni Wranglers and Big Piney Punchers. So 1st and 10 from the 25. Mills in the gun, 2 receivers right. Here's a handoff to Cannon Campbell. He'll go up the middle, break a tackle, and then be taken down at about the 26-yard line. 2nd down and 9 for the Wranglers. Actually, 2nd and 8. They'll give him 2.
It's been run, and we talked to Tony beforehand, Coach Trumpler. He says he wants to balance it out. Let's see when they start to do that or if they can just take the running game as far as it goes.
So 2nd and 8 for the Wranglers. Decent crowd here at a 4 o'clock kickoff. The reason they kick off at 4, no lights at this beautiful field. Here's Trumpler left side over the 30, and he'll be taken down right at the 30-yard line. Gain of 3 yards on the play. 3rd and 5.
Yeah, they're giving about. Yeah, this is one of the most beautiful high school stadiums I think I've ever seen. And for them not to have just some lights in here is kind of amazing.
Elevation in Big Piney, 6,824 feet above sea level. It's 65 degrees, and there's 0 wind. I would have guessed we'd have been over here in a snowstorm. Here's Mills right side to Trumpler. He'll make it through the hole, get over the 35, where he'll be wrestled down by a host of Big Piney tacklers. First one on the play, Ruben Stoutenberg, and it's a first down for Shoshoni.
He got just enough to get that first down, and he had to make an extra effort after he got stopped by 2 Big Piney punchers right in the middle.
This drive started back on the 10-yard line after Alex Mills came up with a big interception as Big Piney had drove the length of the field with the opening kickoff. Here's Mills in the gun. He'll hand it off left side. Nope, he'll pitch it right side to Trumpler. He faked me out. He's over the 40, end of the 45. It's going to be another first down on the 10-yard run by Peyton Trumpler.
He faked me out. He faked you out. He faked the punchers out because they had 2 or 3 defenders running towards Cannon before they realized that Peyton was coming around the right side of the line.
Peyton Trumpler came into this game 909 rushing yards on the season, 14 touchdowns, 96 carries, and a 9.5-yard average. Outstanding performance so far for the senior. Here's a direct snap to Cannon Campbell. He'll go over the 45 and be taken down after about a 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9, and so far you're right, Shawn. It's been run. About 8 plays now in this drive.
Yes, it's literally been 8 runs, 8 plays, no passes, but no passes needed. They're getting everything done on the ground. It just comes to one of those moments where if they get stopped, do they go back to the pass like they have the last couple weeks?
4:36 to play, first quarter. Here's Mills in the gun. He'll hand off left side to Dom Jarvis. Jarvis can go nowhere. He'll get wrapped up, and it's going to be a big loss. And in on the tackle, Thomas Howard, the senior linebacker for Big Piney, met Jarvis in the backfield. Dom just looked a little tentative on that run, and Howard made him pay.
Yes, tentative is a nice word. He got stopped because he tried to juke out the first defender he saw, but it wouldn't work, and even if it did work, there was about 3 punchers that were entering the backfield at that time.
3rd and 13 for Big Piney. 3:59 to play, first quarter. And it's a big 3rd down for Shoshoni. 3rd and 13. We'd expect Mills to pass it possibly with 4 receivers set. He'll fade back. Mills to the right. Being pursued. He'll just throw it away. And Shoshoni will punt the football.
There's some laundry on the field. Hold on.
Yeah, right in the middle by the B and the P is a yellow flag, and they're pointing toward Big Piney.
Looks like Shoshoni's backing up.
Nope, they're going to say it's on Shoshoni. It'll be an illegal receiver downfield. That'll be declined, and so Mills will come on to punt the ball away for Shoshoni. 3:41 to play first quarter. So far, both teams moving the ball.
Just getting stopped when it matters most is what's happened so far. High snap.
Nobody back deep for Big Piney, so it'll be interesting to see where this ball lands. It lands on the 14 and heads toward the goal line. Can they get there in time? No. It'll be a touchback. And for Alex Mills, it'll be a 58-yard punt. And it'll be first down at the 20 for the Big Piney Punchers when we come back. No score from Big Piney High School, Punchers Field. 3:29 to play first quarter. Big Piney football when we come back.
Take care of your heart. You only get one, so eat well by avoiding salty, fatty foods and fill up on fiber and grains. Stay active. Shoot for 150 minutes of physical activity per week. Take your heart medications and call 911 if you're having any symptoms of a heart attack or stroke. Lander Medical Clinic cares about your heart, but no one should care more about your heart than you.
Welcome back. Welcome back. 3:14 and counting here as Caden Clifford gains 2 yards on first down for Big Piney. It'll be 2nd and 8 at the 22 with 3:05 and counting to play here in the first quarter. Fast-moving start as both teams run the ball for the most part here in this first quarter.
Definitely run is the name of the game today.
Here's Snively in the shotgun. One receiver set.
Oh,
it's going to be a fumble. And Shoshoni is on the football.
Wow.
It's Wrangler football after that recovery by Dom Jarvis. Wow. That's 2 turnovers by Big Piney. Reminds me of what happened a couple weeks ago against Rocky Mountain. But this time deep in Big Piney territory, Shawn.
And now they're in better field position than they could have ever asked for on the last play or on the last series. And that fumble, just from this bird's eye view that we have here, he was going to try and hand it off to the running back to his left. And I don't know if that running back expected the ball, but his hip or his knee or his chest, one or the other, just ran right into the ball. His hands weren't even out looking for the ball.
1st and 10 for Shoshoni at the 20-yard line. Here's Mills. He'll fake inside, then loft it over the top. Jackson Stanley, touchdown, Shoshoni.
Wow.
On a big pass. Great touch. It'll go as a 20-yard touchdown from Alex Mills to Jackson Stanley, who's kind of shaken up at the end of that play. And you got to wonder if the big man didn't land on the football. He was hit, but the big man held on.
He almost looked like an offensive lineman just kind of moseying around down in the end zone when Alex found him. That was a crazy pass.
What a beautiful pass from Alex Mills here on a Thursday afternoon in Sublette County. And Shoshoni now up 6-0 on the WyoToday.com scoreboard. Dom Jarvis will come on for the extra point attempt. And the kick is on its way.
Very close to
being
blocked.
And it's not good. It was partially blocked on the play. So 6-0. And we do have a flag on the field.
It's going to be roughing the kicker. Look, Dom's limping because that one defender landed right on his leg.
It will be running into the kicker. So Shoshoni will get another chance. And we'll see if they go for 2.
I wouldn't make Dom kick if he's limping right now. If they're going to have the ball on the 1-yard line, maybe we
They are going to go for it. They just sling the tee off the field. So personal foul, roughing the kicker on Big Piney at the 2:37 mark of the first quarter in a 6-0 game. Sorry about that. I'm wandering.
Oh, you are fine. I pace up here. We have such a huge press box up here to ourselves.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
This is awesome up here, yeah.
So 6-0. Shoshoni going to go for 2 after that personal foul call on Big Piney. Here's Mills. He'll go under center, throw it left side to Trumpler. Peyton Powers toward the goal line. And we'll see if it's good or not. It is good. Trumpler scores. It's 8-0 Shoshoni. 2:37 to play here from Big Piney. We'll be back after a break. This is Shoshoni football on the Fremont County Game of the Week.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshoni. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Welcome back. A 20-yard touchdown pass from Alex Mills to Jackson Stanley with 2:37 to play in this first quarter. Off a big Piney turnover was huge. It's 8-0 after that 2-point run by Peyton Trumpler.
Yeah, and that first turnover seemed like a big deal because they were really gelling on offense, but they didn't even have a chance to get going, and he kicks it out of bounds like you said he would. But, yeah, that second series by Big Piney, they didn't even have a chance to really get going, fumbling the ball on, I believe, their second or third play of the series. So let's see if they get back into a groove here or if Shoshoni disrupts them like they did on the last series.
8-0 Wranglers, and that's just what you want to do on the road is if you're handed an opportunity, take advantage of it. And the Wranglers up 8-0 here early. This is a key conference game for postseason seeding. Both of these teams likely to make the playoffs. And here's Snively in the shotgun. Gurr in motion for Big Piney. And Gurr will hand off right side. And the little big man, the sophomore running back, he's going to gain 8 yards on the play for Big Piney. That's Caden Clifford on the run.
And it looks like they're really going to rely on Caden's vision. He may not be the biggest guy on the field. In fact, I think he's the shortest person in his own huddle there. But he finds those holes, and he's able to juke right through a whole different bunch of linemen just to get into a tiny hole and make them pay.
Alex Mills credited with the tackle on the play. Here's one receiver left, Snively in the gun, two running backs by him. They will hand off left side now to Ruben Stoutenberg. He'll be tripped up on the play by nifty tackle, shoestring variety by Dom Jarvis.
And did he get the first down? No, he's 1 yard short.
3rd and 1 here from the 44-yard line. They go without a huddle. It's a full house backfield, and a big man gets the ball, and he'll have a first down. Thomas Howard, he had a sack on the last drive, but Shoshoni came right back and scored on the pass. But this time, Howard with a 4-yard run, and it'll be a first down and 10 for Big Piney at their own 48.
That's just that classic fullback run that a lot of high school teams love to implement if they have the guys that can do it. Peyton Trumpler himself could be a fullback, but he's a much better running back. Just the size and speed of Howard got through that line.
1:15 to play, first quarter. Snively in the gun, 3 receivers set for Big Piney. Stoutenberg in motion. Snively takes the handoff and hands it off left side to Caden Clifford. He actually took the snap and handed it off to Caden Clifford. And it'll be a gain of 2 for Clifford. 2nd down and 8 as we wind our way inside a minute in this fast-moving first quarter. Already 2 turnovers in this game for the Big Piney Punchers. And Shoshoni took advantage of turnover number 2 and scored a quick touchdown on a 20-yard pass from Alex Mills to Jackson Stanley. Here's Snively in the gun, 1 receiver left. Gurr in motion. Snively will hand off left side. It's a reverse to Gurr. There are blockers out in front. Gurr going to cut inside, but he'll get knocked down.
Trey Fike, great tackle. Sorry, I didn't mean to step on you there,
good.
But Trey, he dove for him, and he almost got juked out of the tackle, but he wrapped around his leg just perfectly.
Trey Fike came in from his right cornerback spot and got his hand on the leg of Gurr, and that's going to do it for us here. After a quarter, it's the Shoshoni Wranglers 8, Big Piney 0. We're in Sublette County. I hope you're joining us here on the network. We'll be back with the second quarter as it's the Fremont County Game of the Week on KWYW, and we're streaming on WYO Today at YouTube.
Are you a caring person that wants to help but not sure where to go? Wyoming Senior Citizen Inc. is looking for caregivers across the state. Call 307-856-6880 to find out more information. They would like to wish all Fremont County athletes good luck this year.
Visit Lander Gambles to make your home feel like new. They will beat any competitor's price. Stop by to speak to one of the sales agents or visit LanderGambles.com. Lander Gambles will help you find the perfect product that fits your budget and lifestyle. Lander Gambles, 420 Main Street, Lander, Wyoming.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
And it's going to be caught on the right side to Ruben Stoutenberg. And it's going to be a gain of 15 yards on the play. But unfortunately, we got holding on Big Piney. So first play of the second quarter results in a holding call. That is another big penalty. They've already had a roughing the kicker call. So 2 penalties now on Shoshoni. And that one going to be a big one, as it will be a spot foul from the 42-yard line. It's going to turn into a 20-yard penalty.
Wow.
For this Big Piney team. It will take them all the way back to the 32-yard line. So they've got 26 yards to go here on third down.
Despite the pun, but that was a huge punch in the gut to the punchers, who finally got a big play after they had turned the ball over twice. And that is just something that Coach Moffitt did not need for his punchers right now.
First quarter stats: 22 yards rushing for Caden Clifford of Big Piney, 34 yards for Peyton Trumpler. Here's Snively in the gun, 3 receivers set. He's looking left. He's going to be sacked.
Oh, no.
Nope. Caden Clifford will come away with the ball. He'll head across the 40, but he'll be yanked down by Peyton Trumpler after a short gain at about the 43-yard line.
So that was about a 13-yard run there?
That's going to be 26.
Oh, no, they spotted it way shorter than he looked.
It'll be a 10-yard gain. Yes, it'll be a 10-yard gain. Brings up fourth down on Big Piney at their own 43-yard line. Back deep, Peyton Trumpler for Shoshoni. And the punter for Big Piney is Zach Murphy, an offensive lineman. Here's a knuckleball, and it will go inside the 20, inside the 15, and be downed on the play by Stoutenberg at the 11-yard line. So that's where Shoshoni will have the ball with 10:37 to play first half. We'll be back after a quick break. This is the Fremont County Game of the Week.
Natural Health Solutions offers treatments for a variety of conditions, along with nutritional counseling, chiropractic, acupuncture, and more. Treatment plans designed individually to optimize your health. Call for an appointment, 856-8181 today.
Welcome back to Big Piney. 10:37 to play. First half, it's Shoshoni ball, 1st and 10 on their own 11. That was a nifty punt there by Zach Murphy of Big Piney. Here's a handoff left side on the cross play to Peyton Trumpler. He's going to gain right at 4 yards on the play, 2nd and 6.
Yeah, this is going to be their bread and butter when they're this close to the end zone, but look for one of these big runs to look like a run but not be. That's when Alex really likes to let loose with his arm.
Already 2 turnovers in this game on Big Piney, and it has led to a score by the Shoshoni Wranglers about midway through that first quarter on a 20-yard touchdown pass from Alex Mills to Jackson Stanley. Here's Mills in the gun. He'll hand it off. Nope, he'll fake it and fade to pass. Now Alex out on the run. He got time to run, and he's going to throw it over and out, and it was a risky pass there, underhanded, as nearly intercepting the ball was Thomas Howard of Big Piney.
Yeah, that was a shovel pass that he used to get out of bounds and not have a loss of yardage. Still loss of downs, but you're right, that was kind of dangerous the way he shoveled it out. It could have been picked if the Big Piney defenders were in a little bit better position.
3rd and 6 for the Wranglers. Of course, Shoshoni coached by Tony Trumpler, Jody Good, Max Mills, and Toby Wood. On the other side, first-year coach for Big Piney, Jeremy Moffett. He's assisted by Cody Raza, Jared Holgate, and Rodney Fellick. Here's the handoff and the pitch. And it's going to be Cannon Campbell with the big gain and a Shoshoni first down well out over the 32-yard line. That's going to go for 10, 15, 16-yard run for Cannon Campbell on 3rd down and long.
And you know what I love about Cannon and most of these Shoshoni Wranglers? He could have kind of moved around the defender that was being blocked by his wide receiver. Instead, Cannon just decided to lower his shoulder and run through the defender, which is something you don't see very often, except for when you're watching these big Shoshoni running backs.
Yeah, these Shoshoni Wranglers like to hit people. Here's Mills in the gun. He'll hand off straight up the gut to Peyton Trumpler, who just levels a Big Piney defender who will make the stop, Carson Gurr, but he got the short end of that stick on the 7-yard run by Peyton Trumpler.
And just like that, I mean, he trucked that defender with his shoulder, and he wasn't going to go down easily. So I just love watching big football like that.
Now, Peyton Trumpler, he likes contact. Here's 3 receivers on the left side. Mills in the gun. Peyton Trumpler off his left shoulder. 2nd down and 3 for Shoshoni. Here's a completed pass to Trey Fike. He's out over the 50 and down near the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a 10, 15, 20-yard gain. Yeah, and it'll be a first down now on the 37 of Big Piney. Actually, the 38. I'm sorry, 43 of Big Piney after that big gain.
Big numbers. Yeah, Trey Fike is definitely his favorite receiver, and I think Trey Fike and Alex Mills have a really great connection, both on and off the field, that allow them to do what you just saw there.
That's now the 24th reception of the season for Trey Fike. Here's Mills. He'll roll to his right, looking for a receiver. It's going to be caught downfield to Trey Fike, and this will be another first down at the 33. 11-yard pickup for Shoshoni on that pass play. So if you go left, you might as well balance it off, Shawn, and go right.
Yeah, and that was just a great on-the-throw run by Alex, but an even better catch by Trey. It was a lot higher than he was expecting, so he had to leap with both hands.
Here's a wildcat formation and a handoff right up the middle to Peyton Trumpler. He'll make it over the 30 and be taken down at the right at the 30-yard line. They'll say 2nd and 7 for Shoshoni. And, you know, I like that no-huddle look on the Wildcat by the Wranglers.
And Shoshoni does a really good job of giving the players that do the most the biggest breaks that they need. So Peyton's done a lot of work. He's already had 10 carries. So they're just going to give some other kids some work until Peyton's got a breath.
Here's Mills. He'll fade to pass. He's
run.
directing traffic. He'll throw it long toward the end zone. It's going to be a jump ball. Incomplete to Trey Fike.
My goodness, that was close. And Alex Mills had all the room in the world to run. He could have ran for another 20 yards if he wanted to, but he trusts his arm. And honestly, I mean, he had a good look there. It was a jump ball, though, so it was one of those 50-50 balls.
3rd down and 7, actually closer to 6 for Shoshoni at the 30 of Big Piney. Big Piney defense has been on the field a long time. Here's Mills in the short gun, 2 receivers right. He'll hand off and taking it back, and he's going to have a first down, and he's inside the 10, where Mills will be taken down at the 9-yard line. That's going to go as a 20-yard run by Alex Mills. That was an option play, and that hole up the middle, Shawn, opened up, and Mills took it. Well, and he's down to the 10-yard line.
It was only open because he juked 2 defenders behind the line. He made one of them fall down. And, yeah, next thing you know, there was just no one in front of him. Great move.
6:35 to play, first half. The Shoshoni drive started back inside the 10-yard line. Here's Mills. He'll pitch it left side to Trumpler. Trumpler heads toward the edge, cuts inside. Touchdown, Shoshoni.
No, I think he got stopped at the 1.
Oh, boy. It was
barely.
close. It was close. He is inside the 1, and it will be second and less than a yard for the Wranglers. They're going to come to the ball quickly. No huddle. Peyton Trumpler going to get the pitch. He'll take it in for a Shoshoni touchdown.
Easy peasy for Trumpler there.
Trumpler, 1-yard touchdown run at the 6:09 mark of the first half, and Shoshoni now leads at 14-0 here in Big Piney. And they've come to make a statement today, Shawn. This Wrangler team got off the bus, and they're playing football.
And you were right. Maybe Big Piney not playing for 2 weeks. Maybe they're a little rusty, and they just need to loosen up a little bit.
Here's Jarvis on the point after kick. It's good. And just like that, it's 15-0. Shoshoni, 6:09 to play first half. We'll be back with the kickoff after a break. This is the Fremont County Game of the Week, Shoshoni Wrangler style on KWYW, and we're streaming at Wild Today on YouTube.
You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube, oil, and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
Welcome back, Big Piney High School. 6:09 to play first half. Shoshoni on a long drive that started inside their own 10-yard line leads to a 1-yard Peyton Trumpler run. And a Dominic Jarvis PAT gives Shoshoni a 15-0 lead here in the first half. Jarvis will line up to kick it away. Their plan was to kick it out of bounds all day, and they do not kick this one out of bounds. It is picked up on the left side by the fast guy, and he's down the left sideline where he'll be knocked out by Alex Mills. That runner, Hunter Fisher, a senior wide receiver for Big Piney, and he does have some jets.
Yes, he does, and I can see why they didn't want to kick to him. I mean, my goodness. He had the ball, and you know what stinks, too, is Shoshoni. This is the second time I've seen this so far. So Shoshoni's kick coverage kind of became lackadaisical because they thought it was going out of bounds. They did it on their punt earlier that ended up in the end zone. They just didn't even run to the ball because they figured it was going out of bounds. They need to fix that kind of attitude just in case something like that happens. They're lucky it didn't end up in the end zone.
Kickoff hit the hash mark on the 10. It was a 38-yard return. First down and 10 for Big Piney. Here's Snively in the gun, one receiver in motion. Handoff. Right side, Ruben Stoutenberg, and Jackson Stanley with the big throwdown that time of Stoutenberg on the play. The Champ Snively still playing quarterback for this Big Piney team.
That was a tackle and a half. I mean, he swung him around like he was a rag doll.
As a defensive coach, you want to tell Jackson, even though he made a great play, you got to wrap up because sometimes you throw that running back. They've got great balance, and they're still running. 5:32 to play first half. Here's Snively in the gun. One receiver each side. Now Fisher in motion after that outstanding kickoff return. Here's Snively. He'll hand off right side to the little running back, and he's inside the 45 and to the 43. That time is Caden Clifford, and that will be an
about a 7-yard gain.
7-8 gain on the play.
And, you know, you're right. Hunter Fisher, he hasn't even seen the ball in any sort of fashion so far. I'm surprised with the way that his speed lined up against the rest of this Shoshoni team that they haven't even at least looked his way once.
3rd and 1 for Big Piney. 4:49 to play first half from Puncher's Field in Sublette County. Beautiful day. Game time kickoff, 65 degrees, blue sky. Feels like August in Big Piney. Here's Snively. He'll hand it off to the little guy, and he'll go inside the 40 and be wrestled down on the 38-yard line. That Caden Clifford run goes for a Big Piney first down.
And there was a little bit of some missed tackles there inside, but there was a lot of red jerseys moving the line for him. So good offensive pressure there by the line to get Caden up into the first down marker.
4:14 and counting here in the first half. Snively with 3 receivers right, and Clifford in the backfield beside him. Now in motion, Ruben Stoutenberg. Snively will fade. It's going to be a busted play, and Snively going to gain about 3 yards just by sticking his head down and taking on Quentin Clark. Clark with that tackle. It'll be 2nd and 7. That time Snively turned one way.
And the running back ran the other way.
Yeah, Clifford went the other. So
the running back literally ran behind the quarterback and was thinking that he was going to get the ball going the other way. Quarterback just had to take it for himself. He ended up getting a good gain, though.
Snively with a full 360 move on that play and a gain of 3. 1 receiver left. Gurr in motion. 2 running backs backed by Snively. 2nd and 7. Snively, he's going to throw it long down the right sideline.
Ooh.
And nearly intercepted on the play. Shoshoni in a much better opportunity to catch that ball. That time Quentin Clark on the coverage.
And, yeah, Quentin Clark, the defensive coaches came up and were praising his name earlier. There's a reason he's starting on defense. He's got the speed to keep up with the receivers. If he had turned his head maybe a split second earlier, that ball would have been right in his breadbasket, and he would have had a pick. But still, great coverage. That was a good play there by Quentin.
Clark, a sophomore for the Shoshoni Wranglers team, who's going to lose a bunch of seniors, and so Clark going to be a big cog in the machine in the future.
Oh,
Here's a fumbled snap. Clifford, the handoff. He's going to get a first down inside the 28-yard line. It'll be a first down for Big Piney. That a broken play again as the botched snap leads to a first down for Big Piney.
And Dom Jarvis, I mean, he just put his shoulder right into his chest and knocked him down with force. I'm sure he will think again before he goes up against Dom like that.
Big defensive stand here by Shoshoni with 2:50 to play first half. Big Piney coming out in a full house backfield on a 1st and 10. Here's Snively. He'll fumble the ball and fall on it. It was just a bad snap. I don't believe he ever got his hands up under the center. So 2nd and 10 for Big Piney. That'll be fumble number 5 in this first half. They've lost 2, and Shoshoni has taken advantage of one of those with a short touchdown drive and a 20-yard touchdown pass from Mills to Stanley.
And I wonder what it is. It could be a couple of things. Obviously, we've talked, they've had a 2-week break. They could be a little rusty. It also could be maybe just a bad communication between the center and the quarterback, but they got to get that under control if they want to win this game.
3 receivers left. Here's Snively. He'll look to the left, throw it toward the end zone, and it's going to be thrown out of bounds, incomplete. That pass intended for Fisher, and Trey Fike with excellent coverage for the Shoshoni defense.
Yeah, that play almost looked like it was in slow motion. It started behind the line. They could have probably gotten to the quarterback twice, and I don't know what happened. They just missed him. Quarterback had plenty of time to look, and the ball, it just went way high up, and we have a personal foul.
Boy, roughing the passer going to go on Shoshoni, and that's going to be a big penalty on the Wranglers. I did not see it.
Me neither, but they definitely almost tackled the quarterback twice. Maybe after the ball came out, they finally got to him. But, yeah, that is a big problem.
Yeah, Jackson Stanley coming out of the game. I'm guessing he got called for the late hit on the play. So 1st and 10 now on the Shoshoni 14 with 1:53 to play first half. There's 1 receiver left for Big Piney. Snively in the gun. He'll hand it right side to the little running back. He's over the 10, inside the 5, and we'll have a flag thrown and most likely a holding call on Big Piney.
And, you know, these penalties are going to be a big difference maker, not just this week, but Shoshoni, if they can get under control next week, Wind River, they will make you pay if you get a couple penalties on your side.
It is holding on Big Piney. So that will move the ball back to about the 22-yard line on the spot foul. So it'll be on the 21. So 1st and 15 on that spot foul. And that's a rule that's confusing between high school, college, and NFL football. In high school football, it is a spot foul on the person guilty of holding.
Yeah, it took me a little while to get used to as well, because I don't even think that's how we did it in Kansas, where I came from. That was when they get these big 20-yard penalties for a spot foul. It's kind of crazy.
Well, they couldn't do that in Kansas because of Dorothy and the yellow brick road, right? Here's Snively in the gun. He'll throw it left side to Gurr. It's complete, and Gurr will be taken down on the 17 of Shoshoni with 1:22 and counting to play here in this first half.
We got 2 Shoshoni guys getting up a little slow, but
yeah, Jarvis waving his arm around, possibly had a little stinger in the shoulder with 1:09 and counting now. 2nd and 11 for Big Piney. We'll get 3 receivers right, 1 running back alongside Snively. Snively in the gun. He'll take the handoff and roll right. He's going to throw toward the end zone if he can, but he'll throw short.
Did he drop it? He dropped it.
Yeah, it was right in Gurr's hands. Matter of fact, I think it hit him right in the 6.
I think it did too.
Incomplete.
I just don't think he was prepared for it. I think he, just like we saw, I think that the play was supposed to go in the end zone, and 6 was not meant to get that ball.
If that ball gets through your hands into your pads,
you have to catch it.
It's going to be an incomplete pass because it just bounces around in there. So big break for the Shoshoni Wranglers. 3rd and 11 for Big Piney. 46 seconds to play first half.
I was about to say, this whole half has gone by so quickly.
Yeah, I think we'll get done by dark. I shouldn't have said that. Here's Snively in the gun. 1 receiver right. 3rd and 11. Pass across the middle and right
again
through the hands of Gurr on the play. Incomplete. That pass a little bit behind Gurr on the play, and that's what he's telling Snively. You got to throw it where I'm running, not where I've been, buddy.
And the coaches are a little upset. They're going to call a timeout because they kind of need to go for it here on 4th and 11. And we'll be right back with our Fremont County Game of the Week after a word from our sponsors.
Wyoming Community Bank is ready to serve you. Stop in at any one of their branches located in Riverton, Lander, and DuBois. A bank that is owned and operated by locals of Fremont County. Wyoming Community Bank, your source for home loans, auto loans, and more.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
Welcome back, Big Piney High School. After the timeout taken by Big Piney, it will be 4th and 11 at the 16-yard line of Shoshoni. Wranglers, they want to stop them here if they can. We'll see how it goes as Snively brings out his team. Stoudenberg and Clifford in the backfield. Gurr on the left side at wide receiver. 4th and 11. Here's Snively. He'll throw it toward the end zone, and it's going to be intercepted and a touchback as Alex Mills with his 2nd interception of the first half. It'll be Shoshoni football.
It almost looked like Alex dropped it. Either way, it's going to be Shoshoni ball, but looked like he corralled it in and then on the way down maybe dropped it. But either way.
Well, we'll see. If they put it at the 20, it is an interception.
And it looks like they will. Yes, they will. 20 yards. So great job by Alex Mills on the view. But honestly, I don't know if that was the greatest play call. If you're Big Piney, you only have 1 wide receiver. He's running into double coverage while your running backs in the back kind of sat there and did nothing. They could have ran out and tried their own routes. It was a confusing call if you're a Big Piney fan.
I didn't get it. 3 turnovers in the first half, and now Shoshoni out in a 5 wide receiver set. Mills by himself in the backfield. It'll be a screen left side to Trey Fike, and he'll run out over the 30 as we get a flag on the field. Trey Fike still running. He's over the 40 and out near the 50, but that ball's going to come back.
I apologize to anyone watching the stream. I thought the game was over. The camera was stuck there, and I was like, oh, he's
We're going to get holding on Shoshoni at the 27-yard line, so it's going to go back to the 17 with 24 seconds to play in this first half. Wranglers up 15-0 on the WyoToday.com scoreboard. We'll be back when we go to break with the Central Wyoming College halftime show, and that ball is going to go back to the 17-yard line, so it's going to be now 1st and 13 with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
And they're going to ask a lot from Alex Mills right here, but good news for Mills is he doesn't get asked to do this very often because he has such reliable running backs. So it's really, this is his time to shine for his coach and his dad, obviously, who's the offensive coordinator.
Full house backfield for Shoshoni. It'll be Mills dropping to pass. He's got all kinds of time, and now Mills going to be drugged down in the backfield. I believe the ball was down, and that's what the white hat is saying. So Mills sacked in the backfield by Dylan Woodward, the junior for Big Piney, and that'll run out the first half clock. We've played 24 minutes of this game. It's Shoshoni 15, Big Piney 0, the Central Wyoming College halftime show. Coming up next on KWYW, and we're streaming on Wyo Today at YouTube.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
Riverton's Hampton Inn and Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
Former University of Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen is worthy of Wyoming.
23 plays into my first start here at the University of Wyoming. I dropped back, kind of went through a progression. I saw the middle of the field kind of open up. I decided to lower my shoulder. His helmet went straight into my collarbone here. We landed on the 20-yard line. At that moment, I knew something was really bad.
So Josh's collarbone was pretty bad. He had broken in multiple places, and it required hardware fixation with the plate in order to get it back together.
It was devastating news to me and my family, just knowing that, it could have ended 23 plays in.
We had no question whether we could perform the surgery here, given our wider range of varying subspecialties within orthopedics.
I would recommend Premier Bone and Joint Centers. The thing that made me feel really comfortable with them was they made it feel like your own family.
I think he'll have no problem performing in the NFL. His rehab and his recovery done very well, and I don't see any restrictions on him whatsoever.
They want the best for you, and they won't steer you wrong.
Let us show you why we're worthy of Wyoming.
Back when I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do. Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Papa Murphy's is proud to sponsor this week's Player of the Game. For a limited time, enjoy a Papa Murphy's barbecue chicken pizza made with KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce. After the game or anytime, you can't beat the fresh ingredients and authentic flavor of a Papa Murphy's Take and Bake pizza. And you know it's baked right every time because you baked it yourself. Papa Murphy's on North Federal in Riverton. Drop in or order online at papamurphys.com. Go Wolverines!
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey. High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit nreca.org.
Snyder Signature Properties would like to give a huge shout out to the local sports of Fremont County. They are here to support your team and your local home real estate needs. Call today to see how Snyder Signature Properties can help you buy and sell your next property. Good luck to all Fremont County athletes.
Hometown Freedom Healthcare, making healthcare great. Providing coverage in family medicine, women's health, pediatrics, and mental health. Meet providers Tara Blumenshine and Adina Vasco and Jessica Rodriguez. Come see us at Hometown Freedom Healthcare, locally owned, 463-0541.
The staff and board at the Fremont County Fair wish to thank everyone who attended the fair this year. Whether you enjoyed Family Day, a night event, entered a craft show, or showed your livestock, thank you for all your efforts. We'll be moving and grooving next year, so stay tuned.
Wyoglass wants to wish all the Lander Valley Tiger teams good luck this year. Wyoglass is locally owned and operated in Lander. They bleed green. Call or stop in today to get a quote on a window or get a quick fix on your window for a rock chip. Wyoglass is Lander.
It's Physical Therapy Month.
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 It's Physical Therapy Month. October is National Physical Therapy Month, and here at Teton Therapy, we are celebrating all month long. In our Lander and Riverton clinics, we're hosting special events, celebrations, and great giveaways for our patients, past, present, and future. Check us out at Teton Therapy PC on Facebook for more details.
Whatever. I like April better.
And we are back with our Central Wyoming College halftime show. And the Wranglers are up 15-0 on the Punchers. Very easily could be 23-0 if they did not make a few mistakes there in the middle. But we have some stats for you, and we're going to get right to it after Cody gives you a special message from our sponsor.
Yeah, our halftime show today is brought to you by Central Wyoming College. For information on their wide range of courses and programs, including their 4-year bachelor's degree programs, visit cwc.edu. Central Wyoming College, make your way out here.
Beautiful, yeah, and so far it has been the Peyton Trumpler show as we all kind of expected it would be, as he has over 34, 38, he has over 50 yards on the ground, including a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. His quarterback, Alex Mills, has 50 yards exactly through the air, including that 20-yard touchdown to Jackson Stanley to get that first score on the board. And as far as Big Piney goes, Big Piney's quarterback only has 33 yards through the air, but he did have quite a bit of incomplete passes due to some dropped balls there by 2 of his wide receivers. So if his wide receivers can get his hands on those and reel them in, this could be a very different ball game that we're looking at.
Yeah, 6 fumbles in the first half by Big Piney. They lost 3 of them, and Shoshoni took advantage on those 2 interceptions by Alex Mills, one at the 8:37 mark of the first quarter, led to a score, a 20-yard touchdown pass, as Shawn just said, from Alex Mills to Jackson Stanley. and Trumpler ran that one in. It was an 8-0 lead. Then in the second quarter, it was Trumpler on a 1-yard touchdown pass or run at the 6:09 mark. Dominic Jarvis kicked the PAT, and it's 15-0 here at the half. And Mills, with that late second quarter interception, with 37 seconds to play, shut down a big Piney drive.
And we have some other games happening around Fremont County. I am lucky enough to join Cody today. I'm enjoying it so far. We were supposed to have DuBois facing off against Natrona JV squad today, but because of a shortage of refs, which is crazy on a Thursday that they couldn't get referees, but because of a shortage of ref, they had to change that game to Saturday at noon. And that will be, I believe, DuBois' last home game of the season.
It will, regular season game.
Yeah. Also, last home game of the season, Riverton is going to be facing off against Douglas tomorrow. That'll be a big uphill battle, especially if Derek DeVries is not out of concussion protocol yet. They'll have to move on with their backup quarterback, either Jackson Larson or their quarterback from last season, Nathan Hutchison, who just joined the team again last week to play Lander. He's been playing fall baseball all year. That'll be a good game. And then you can catch myself and Ernie Over as Lander Valley takes on Rollins tomorrow. That's their second to last home game of the season. And then we got Wind River at Grable. I thought that might be a good game. You think Wind River is going to steamroll them, huh?
Yeah, I think it'll be a 50-0 game for the Cougars in that game. But, a lot of things going on, and I don't know if you mentioned Thermopolis' game or not.
Yeah, Thermopolis at 2 o'clock tomorrow at Lyman. You can hear Jordan McCamey and Kevin Simpson on the call on WYO Today's YouTube page, as well as 1017 KDNO. That'll be a good game because Thermopolis is coming off their second win of the season. Lyman's going to be a tough horse to beat down there. But, Thermopolis has some guys. They have some dogs on their team, and they're able to get a good offensive structure going every now and then, and you can see it when it comes out on the field. It leads to a good amount of touchdowns. So,
are you guys at Rollins tomorrow with Lander?
Nope, Lander is at home tomorrow versus Rollins.
All right. Well, I was going to say if you were down there, you could look for the missing tripod.
Yes, we are missing a tripod for WYO today.
Way to go, Kevin. Way to go, Kevin.
Well, I will tell you what, we will be back after these words from our sponsors with the second half. It is 15-0 Wranglers. Shoshoni's going to get the ball to start off the second half as the punchers got it and immediately turned it around.
That wraps up our halftime show, brought to you by Central Wyoming College. He's Shawn O'Brien. I'm Cody Beers. We're on 99.1 KWYW, and we're streaming at WYO Today at YouTube.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment. Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Ballard, Dr. Hinkle, and Dr. Frazier offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today. Take care of your heart. You only get one, so eat well by avoiding salty, fatty foods and fill up on fiber and grains. Stay active. Shoot for 150 minutes of physical activity per week. Take your heart medications and call 911 if you're having any symptoms of a heart attack or stroke. Lander Medical Clinic cares about your heart, but no one should care more about your heart than you.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshoni. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Are you a caring person that wants to help but not sure where to go? Wyoming Senior Citizen Inc. is looking for caregivers across the state. Call 307-856-6880 to find out more information. They would like to wish all Fremont County athletes good luck this year.
Visit Lander Gambles to make your home feel like new. They will beat any competitor's price. Stop by to speak to one of the sales agents or visit LanderGambles.com. Lander Gambles will help you find the perfect product that fits your budget and lifestyle. Lander Gambles, 420 Main Street, Lander, Wyoming.
Welcome back to Big Piney. This is the Central Wyoming College Halftime Show. I'm Cody Beers. He's Shawn O'Brate, and we were talking playoffs at the break, and right now, Wind River is 4-0 in conference play. Shoshoni is 4-0 in conference play. Big Piney 3-1 in conference play, and then you've got Riverside at 2-2 and Rocky Mountain at 2-2. That's 5 teams, Shawn, at the top of this West Conference. One of those teams will not make the playoffs, and so that's why today's game is very important. Shoshoni wins this game, they'll have a half-game lead in conference play over Wind River as Wind River plays Grable tomorrow night. Big Piney, with a loss, would fall to 3-2 in conference play, and they would join Riverside and Rocky Mountain with 2 losses each. Wind River still has games against Shoshoni next week, and then the following week they play Rocky Mountain. So 2 tough ball games. We'll have both of those broadcasts on our Fremont County Game of the Week.
And I think I'll be joining you for Wind River versus Shoshoni, not only because I enjoy calling games with you, but because that might be one of the best games of the season. And not only 9-man, but, 6-man, 11-man, you name it. That's going to be one of the best games in all of Wyoming high school football.
Well, in the first half, the story for Big Piney has been turnovers. The quarterback, Snively, has thrown 2 interceptions to Alex Mills. And then the other costly turnover was on a fumble. They have fumbled the ball 6 times, and they've lost 3 and 2 interceptions, 5 first-half turnovers for the Big Piney Punchers. We're about ready to get going here. They'll put time back on the clock, so we'll take a break. When teams come out, they automatically put 3 minutes up on the clock. Hey, it's a Riverton officiating crew here. We're from Riverton. It's all Riverton in Sublette County, folks. We'll be back on the Fremont County Game of the Week.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Natural Health Solutions offers treatments for a variety of conditions, along with nutritional counseling, chiropractic, acupuncture, and more. Treatment plans designed individually to optimize your health. Call for an appointment, 856-8181 today.
You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube, oil, and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
Wyoming Community Bank is ready to serve you. Stop in at any one of their branches located in Riverton, Lander, and DuBois. A bank that is owned and operated by locals of Fremont County. Wyoming Community Bank, your source for home loans, auto loans, and more.
Welcome back. This is the second half of play. In 20 more seconds as Shoshoni will receive the second half kickoff here in this 9 9-man 1A affair, and right now it's 15-0 Shoshoni. A little scoring summary for Shoshoni here in the first half. We started off with a fumble that was recovered by Shoshoni, and then it was followed up 2 plays later on a 20-yard touchdown pass from Alex Mills to Jackson Stanley. A Peyton Trumpler run would make it 8-0 Shoshoni with about 7 minutes to play in the first quarter. Then in the second quarter, off another fumble recovery, it was Peyton Trumpler running in on a long drive that started out at the 10-yard line. He would score from 1 yard with 6:09 to play in the first half. Shoshoni would be up 14-0, and then Dominic Jarvis would come on for the PAT kick. 2 first-half interceptions for Alex Mills, one at the 8:37 mark of the first quarter, the second one with 37 seconds left to play in the first half. Big Piney, who lost the opening coin flip, will kick it off, and they'll kick it deep toward Trey Fike. He'll receive it at the 12-yard line. He's over the 20. He'll cut back and make it over to the 30 and be taken down at the 31-yard line. That's where Shoshoni's offense will get going. Keys to the second half, Shawn O'Brate.
Well, I would imagine that Coach Mills wants to get his quarterback a little bit more throwing room. He's being just pummeled inside the pocket, and he has to escape almost every time he wants to throw. And he is good at throwing on the run, but they don't want to force him to have to throw on the run. And if you're Big Piney, you just have to eliminate the mistakes. There is just no way you can turn the ball over anymore if you want to come out victorious of this game.
1st and 10 for Shoshoni at the 31. Here's Mills. He'll fade to pass, throw it deep down the left side. Trey Fike goes up, tips the ball, and nearly catches the ball. Wow.
That would have been an amazing catch, the way that it bounced up off of the shoulder pad of the defender.
Trey Fike shaken up on the play. He's down on a knee at about the 35.
Well, it looked like the Big Piney defender maybe landed right on him, maybe took the wind out of him.
So we'll get a timeout on the play as coaches go out to talk to senior receiver Trey Fike. We'll take a break. We'll come back. This is Shoshoni football on the Fremont County Game of the Week.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
Welcome back to Big Piney High School as Trey Fike was helped off the field. It will be 1st now and 14 for Shoshoni. Here's Mills. He'll hand it off back left side on a misdirection play. And coming on for the tackle was Caden Clifford of Big Piney. A gain of 1 for Cannon Campbell. Looked like they were going to take the option around the right end, Shawn, and then there was a handoff back the other side, misdirection to Cannon Campbell.
Yeah, I liked the way that Alex Mills was slowly running with the running back to the right, and Cannon just came swooping around. But Trey Fike not being on this field is going to be a huge disadvantage for Alex. That is by far his favorite target.
Fike going to try to walk it off over there. Here's Mills back to pass on 2nd down. Pass going to go over the middle, and it's going to go right into the hands of Fisher. And, Brandon Jones with the interception right to Jones. It was a touch pass, and there wasn't a Wrangler within 6-7 yards of that ball.
Well, I believe it was tipped at the line. When Alex threw the ball up, I saw his whole elbow go one direction the wrong way. So someone got to him right as he was throwing the ball, and that is the same way that the Big Piney started the first half. The Shoshoni Wranglers are starting the second half here.
So Wiley Filio, a sophomore, will come on to play for Trey Fike on defense.
Wiley's a great wrestler.
First and 10 at the Shoshoni 18-yard line for Big Piney. We'll see if they can take advantage of Shoshoni's first turnover of this ball game. Here's Snively in the gun. 2 receivers set, 2 running backs. Handoff left side to Stoutenberg. He'll try to gain the corner. Can't do it. And he'll be taken down by Dominic Jarvis and Peyton Trumpler. That was good pursuit by the defensive end, Cannon Campbell, to turn Stoutenberg back to the inside. No gain, 2nd and 10.
Definitely, yeah. He ran right into 3 white jerseys. He didn't have very much blocking, and he's lucky to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Trey Fike trying to walk it off over on that Shoshoni sideline. It's his left ankle, I believe, that is he turned on that athletic try for the reception. Here's Snively under center, full house backfield. He'll pitch it right side. And the little guy following the blockers, and Jackson Stanley going to get the tackle after a short gain of 4 yards on the play. That run by Caden Clifford, the sophomore running back.
Yeah, Jackson put his whole body weight on top of him, and I don't know the weights or the size of any of these players, but Jackson is definitely outweighing and outsizing Caden there by a lot, and I'm sure that hurt right there.
With those red uniforms, I can't stop thinking about Clifford, the big red dog.
I keep thinking Ohio State.
Clifford. You'll understand where I'm coming from. You'll be reading those books to your young one here in about 10 months. Here's Stoutenberg in motion. 2 receivers set for Big Piney. 3rd and 7. Here's the handoff right side to Clifford. He's going to have a first down and more. As coming on for the tackle was Clinton Clark. He was the only defender between Clifford and the end zone.
Yeah, and Quentin, man, he just put his whole body weight into that tackle. 11-on-11 violence right there.
It could be short.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
They're going to mark it over on the side, and I believe we're going to have a measurement on the play.
This will be the first measurement I've seen, I think, all season.
9:19 to play, 3rd quarter. Just underway in the second half.
And you're right, they're bringing out the chains. I would say from this look, I think he got it, but you never know until they pull the chain.
They pull them tight. It looks like it will be 4th down in about inches. So we're going to say 2 inches for a Big Piney first down. This is where Shoshoni, you just roll up your sleeves and go after them.
Definitely, and there's a couple different options that Big Piney can have here. It depends on which lineup they're going to come out. If they come out in that full house that they just left out of, it's going to be a little difficult to get a good blitz in there. But if they come out looking to pass, I mean, Shoshoni has the defenders to get in the backfield before they can do any damage.
Moffitt gives Snively the play, and they'll come up full house backfield. And the last time they just handed off to the big fullback. Here's Snively under center. Maybe looking for Shoshoni to jump off sides. Still no call. And now Snively gets the ball. He'll hand it left side. Stoutenberg, he'll have a first down for Big Piney inside and near the 6-yard line of Shoshoni. So gain on the play of about 3 yards and a Big Piney first down with 8:37 to play, 3rd quarter.
And if you're Shoshoni, you thought for a second you might have had him, but there was a hole that opened up at the very last second between the line and the first blocker that Ruben took very well.
Here's Snively in the gun. 2 receivers set for Big Piney. 1 receiver in motion. Snively will hand off straight up the middle. Stoutenberg, and a big hit by Shoshoni. Jackson Stanley all over Stoutenberg on that play. No gain. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line.
Coach Moffitt for Big Piney was upset when that happened. He threw his hands up in the air, and I know that Ruben is one of the biggest dudes for Big Piney, but he was not bigger than anyone on that defensive line for Shoshoni in that matter.
Well, I'd match Jackson Stanley up about anybody in any class. He's a big kid, over 200 pounds, 6'6". Here's a receiver in motion. Gurr has Snively, waits for Gurr to finish his motion. 2nd and goal, handoff right side. And a big run and a touchdown. This one going to go to Caden Clifford on the 8-yard run. So Clifford scores from 8 yards out at the 7:24 mark. And it's 15-6.
And that was a good run. There was a lot of good blocking for Big Piney there. The big thing for Shoshoni is they didn't get any pressure right away on the line and push them back a little bit. And I think it's because they didn't know which of the 3 Big Piney punchers in the backfield were going to get that ball, so they were waiting to see. They waited a little too long right there.
All 3 scores in this game have come off turnovers. And this one here comes off an interception.
They're going to go for 2
thrown
here.
by Alex Mills. They will go for 2, trailing by 9 in the game. Here's Snively. He'll hand it off. Nope, he'll keep it. He's going to go around the left side. Shoshoni's going to stop it on the play, and that big tackle by Tucker Maddock of the Wranglers will stop Big Piney in its tracks. 7:24 to play, 3rd quarter. It's Shoshoni 15, Big Piney 6. We're back after a break on the Fremont County Game of the Week.
Riverton's Hampton Inn & Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
Former University of Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen is worthy of Wyoming.
23 plays into my first start here at the University of Wyoming. I dropped back, kind of went through a progression. I saw the middle of the field kind of open up. I decided to lower my shoulder. His helmet went straight into my collarbone here. We landed on the 20-yard line. At that moment, I knew something was really bad.
So Josh's collarbone was pretty bad. He had broken in multiple places, and it required hardware fixation with the plate in order to get it back together.
It was devastating news to me and my family, just knowing that, it could have ended 23 plays in.
We had no question whether we could perform the surgery here, given our wide range of varying subspecialties within orthopedics.
I would recommend Premier Bone and Joint Centers. The thing that made me feel really comfortable with them was they made it feel like your own family.
I think he'll have no problem performing in the NFL. His rehab and his recovery done very well, and I don't see any restrictions on him whatsoever.
They want the best for you, and they won't steer you wrong.
Let us show you why we're worthy of Wyoming.
Welcome back to Big Piney. Here's the Big Piney kick. It'll go right down the middle and through the end zone. So Shoshoni will get the ball back, leading 15-6 with 7:24 to play in this 3rd quarter. It'll be Wrangler football. And starting this second half, we've got Trey Fike still over on the sidelines nursing a sore ankle. And now he's got his shoulder pads off. I'm guessing that spells he's really nursing that ankle. He's struggling to walk a little bit. So we can safely say that Trey Fike is out of this game. And that will bring in Quentin Clark as that outside receiver for Shoshoni. 2 receivers set. Here's Mills. He'll hand off straight up the middle to Peyton Trumpler. He'll break a tackle over the 30, out over the 30 to about the 34-yard line. It'll be a first down for the Wranglers. That was, after that first hit, that was all Peyton Trumpler. He went another 10 yards on the play. It'll go as a 14-yard run. First down, Wranglers.
Definitely.
I mean, 34.
He broke that first tackle, and I think every single Big Piney puncher was a little bit scared to try and get to him. He had open field in front of him, and he just broke multiple tackles on the way to that gain.
That's 70 yards rushing so far in this game for Trumpler. Now Trumpler out over the 35. He'll be downed at the 38. That will be a gain of 5 yards on the play. 2nd and 5 for Shoshoni. 6:45 to play in this 3rd quarter.
And if you're Shoshoni's coaching staff, if you're Tony Trumpler, if you're Max Mills, the offensive coordinator, you obviously know that Alex Mills liked Trey Fike, but Dom Jarvis has some good hands, Quentin has some good hands, and you can pass the ball to Cannon Campbell. He's got great hands. Peyton, though, you're going to really want him to run. Look at Cannon get up in that first down marker.
Yeah, here's a run by Cannon Campbell out to about the 43-yard line. We'll see if they mark it a first down or not.
I don't think.
It is. First down, Shoshoni at their own 43.5-yard line. So first down, Wranglers, as they move the ball. Also in the game now for Shoshoni, Corbin DeWitt, who, I'm sorry, it's not Corbin DeWitt, it's Wyatt Edis, a junior offensive lineman. Here's a handoff left side to Dom Jarvis. He'll break a tackle, break another, and go out over the 50. Be stopped right about the 49-yard line of Big Piney. So this Shoshoni running game is kind of taking over on this drive. Back to running clock, back to moving those chains. 2nd and 3 with 5:29 to play, third quarter.
And, believe it or not, that was only Dom's second run of the game, and he actually had -6 yards on the first, so he's back into the positive yardage now.
Yeah, I like to see Dom running downhill, just like the rest of the Wranglers. Here's Mills. He'll hand it off to Trumpler over the 50, and Trumpler going to make it down to the 46-yard line. That will be a short gain, but near the first down marker. 3rd and less than a yard for this Wrangler team, who's winning the battle up front. The big man for Shoshoni, Kellen Lennon, also Corbin DeWitt, Jackson Stanley. Here's a handoff inside Cannon Campbell. It'll be a first down to the 41-yard line. That will be a gain of 5 for Cannon Campbell on 3rd down. First down, Wranglers.
And, you could pick your poison now if you're Shoshoni. Just keep running the ball. If you give it to Dom for one, you give it to Peyton for one, you give it to Cannon for one. All these running backs are still catching their breath after their runs, and you have your pick of the litter here on who you want to run up the middle or run around the side.
4:24 to play, full house backfield. Handoff taken away from Alex Mills. He's going to go down the middle over the 30-yard line, and it'll be another first down for this Shoshoni team on the gain that time of 14 yards.
Did I mention Alex Mills also has legs, and he can run the ball?
His second big run of this game. First one was over 20 yards. This one, 14 yards.
Yeah, he had the right decision. He could have handed the ball off to, I believe it was Cannon at first. He smartly took the ball back because he saw a bigger hole on the left side.
Nothing fancy for the Wranglers here. Here's Mills. He'll hand right side to Peyton Trumpler. He's through a big hole and down near the 20-yard line. He'll be taken down, I believe, on the 22-yard line. So gain of 8 on the play for Peyton Trumpler. 2nd and 2 at the 22. Timeout, Big Piney. We'll go with it. Shoshoni Wranglers on the move. This is the Fremont County Game of the Week on KWYW, and we're streaming at WYO Today on YouTube.
Back when I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do. Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Papa Murphy's is proud to sponsor this week's Player of the Game. For a limited time, enjoy a Papa Murphy's barbecue chicken pizza made with KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce. After the game or anytime, you can't beat the fresh ingredients and authentic flavor of a Papa Murphy's Take and Bake pizza. And you know it's baked right every time because you baked it yourself. Papa Murphy's on North Federal in Riverton. Drop in or order online at papamurphys.com. Go Wolverines!
Welcome back, Big Piney High School. 3:37 to play in this third quarter. Shoshoni on the move, and it's been all on the ground on this drive. The first drive of the second half resulted in an Alex Mills interception and a Big Piney touchdown. So 2nd and 2 for the Wranglers. Here's Mills. He'll pitch it left side. Trumpler. Trumpler's got the edge. He'll cut inside the 20 to the 10, the 5. Touchdown, I believe.
No, I think he stepped out of bounds.
It is. Touchdown. And it's going to be a 22-yard touchdown run across the left side for Peyton Trumpler.
Wow. And, I didn't think he was going to make it all the way there. It looked like they had some defenders closing in on the edge, but my goodness, Peyton Trumpler just runs through anyone in his way like he's been doing all season long.
Great block on that left side. Ground and pound comes the call from the press box here as Peyton Trumpler found a hole created by Jackson Stanley. Here's Jarvis's point after kick. It's good. And with 3:27 to play in this third quarter, it is Shoshoni 22, Big Piney 6. We're back after a break. Nope, we've got a flag on the field, so we'll keep it here.
Oh.
And we'll see what it's on. It looks like it's going to go on Big Piney. Personal
so
foul,
22-6.
Roughing the kicker. That's the second roughing the kicker call on Big Piney in this game, so it will be assessed on the kickoff. 3:27 to play third quarter. It's Shoshoni 22, Big Piney 6. We're back on the Fremont County Game of the Week.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Welcome back. 3:27 to play in this third quarter. 22-6 lead for the Shoshoni Wranglers after that ground and pound drive, courtesy of Peyton Trumpler, Alex Mills, Cannon Campbell, and a great blocking scheme put together by the Shoshoni coaching staff, just roaring over Big Piney. After Big Piney scores on the turnover, then they rough the kick, and now Shoshoni kicking off from the 45. I'm guessing you try to kick it through the end zone here. Here's Dom Jarvis.
Oh.
Nope, they're going to kick it short.
Now
and it's
that's
going
an
to be
interesting decision.
Downed on the play and caught by Brandon Jones, the senior linebacker.
Dom has the leg to kick
game.
it 50 yards. I don't understand why he wouldn't just kick it through the end zone and set him up on the 20.
Well, Tony Trumpler's staying to the script. He told me in the pregame that we're not going to give him one chance to kick off or run back a ball. They did in the first half,
and it almost got to the end zone.
35-yard return. So here's Big Piney football, 1st and 10. Two receivers set. There's a handoff and a reverse to Gurr. He's going to get the right wing. Dom Jarvis going to reach out, make the tackle, and boy, it could have been a horse collar tackle by Jarvis as he yanks down Carson Gurr, the junior wide receiver, and Gurr limps back to the huddle.
Yeah, I think he just pulled him down right on his own legs in a weird way. And was that Carson's first attempt? I believe
it was his first run of the game. It's a gain of 3 yards. So 2nd and 7 for Big Piney.
He's still out here on the left side of the wide receiver trio.
3 receivers set, all on the left side, 1 running back. Here's a run by Snively, and a hold is going to be called in the backfield, as grabbing a hold that time was Zach Murphy of Big Piney. So another big penalty on a spot foul at the 30-yard line. It'll go all the way back to the 20. And now Big Piney going to be facing 2nd and 23 after that holding call.
And that is just, I mean, if Big Piney loses this game, their coach is going to come back and say all sorts of things happened that were good, but it's the penalties that lost them this game.
Yeah, 2 interceptions, 3 lost fumbles, and now penalties compounding the thing, as we had a second roughing the kicker on that last point after attempt, and now a holding call, 2nd and forever. They've got to go to the 43-yard line for a first down. Here's Snively. He'll fade to pass. He'll look right, go back left. Open on the play and caught.
What a catch.
At
what
the
a
50.
Throw.
He's gone. That reception by number 17, I believe. 13 on the play.
That's
it's Hunter Fisher.
Wow.
And it's going to go all the way from the 22-yard line to pay dirt. That will be 28 and 50, a 78-yard pass. And he got the step, and he was gone.
And he just had a nice over-the-shoulder look, and, I mean, the ball couldn't have been placed any better. That was just a superb throw and catch by Big Piney. I can't say anything about it.
Snively will hit Hunter Fisher 78 yards for that scoring pass, and now they'll go for two with the lead 22-12, 2:02 to play in this third quarter. Here's Snively in the gun. One receiver in motion. And a handoff right side to Clifford.
He's
he
not
goes for the sticks.
He
and
didn't
they're
get
going to
it.
say no good on the play. So that 2-yard run is not good. And they're talking about the coaches out pleading their case after the pylon got knocked away. But with 2:02 in the third, after that 78-yard touchdown pass, it's Shoshoni 22. Big Piney 12. We're back on the Fremont County Game of the Week.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit nreca.org.
Welcome back to Big Piney after that 78-yard touchdown pass from Snively to Hunter Fisher. The 2-point run was no good, and with 2:02 to play third quarter, Shoshoni's lead is now 10. It's 22-12.
And Cody, you can see why Shoshoni does not like the ball being in Hunter Fisher's hands, whether it's on a kickoff return or a reception like that. He's got the speed and the size to pretty much take on anyone that Shoshoni can throw at him. And he proved it on that 78-yard catch and run.
Over here in Big Piney, they'd say having that outstanding mud and snow tires.
Look who's here.
Here's the kickoff as, oh boy, we're invaded here inside the booth. Here's the kickoff to Peyton Trumpler. He's over the 30.
What a
And he'll be hit on the play. That hit, nice hit by, let's see, Roger Young, a junior for Big Piney, but it'll be Shoshoni football, 1st and 10 at their 34-yard line.
It's always funny whenever someone tries to tackle Peyton Trumpler. It almost looks reverse. It looks like Peyton Trumpler's trying to tackle them instead because he just trucks people.
It's like a defender trying to tackle a Volkswagen Beetle. 1:56 to play third quarter, 10-point lead for the Wranglers, who scored on their last possession with an all-run drive, and I would expect more of the same. Full house backfield for Shoshoni. One receiver right. Here's a handoff to Trumpler. He has a hole. He'll break a tackle, nearly fumble it, but then make it out over the 40-yard line. Tackle on the play goes to junior defensive lineman Zach Murphy of Big Piney.
And that was just a good run right through the tackle there, but you're right. He did get a little bobbly with the ball. That's just from the hit. So, I mean, Peyton's still looking good, and he's going to keep getting the ball if he keeps running like this.
One thing you don't want to do here is fumble the ball. That one Shoshoni turnover led to a touchdown by Big Piney in this third quarter. Shoshoni, on the other hand, they've taken advantage of a bunch of miscues by Big Piney in this first half today. 2 receivers left for the Wranglers. 2 running backs in the backfield. Here's Dom Jarvis in motion. It'll be a handoff backside to Cannon Campbell. He will manage to gain about 2 yards on the play, but it wasn't easy. Campbell taking big hits.
Yeah, and that was a little bit of a bobbled handoff, too, the way that Cannon was running across while Alex Mills was still running to the left. Cannon turned and just got the ball right in the breadbasket, but took him a second to get the snap.
3rd and 3 for the Wranglers. Big third down play, both sides of this game. Here's a handoff back on the cross to Trumpler, and he's going to be taken down after a very short gain. So I would expect Shoshoni to go for it here on 4th down. 4th and 2.
Now, here's the thing. They are going to expect the run, but like we said earlier, you have about 3 or 4 people that players that can run the ball here, and it all depends on which way you get them going, whether it's north-south or east-west.
That should run out the third quarter, and it will. That's going to do it here in the third quarter. We get a whistle on the play as the time goes to 0, and that will do it. We've played 3 quarters from Big Piney High School, the home of the Punchers. It's Shoshoni 22, Big Piney 12. We're back after a break on KWYW, and we're streaming on WYO Today at YouTube.
Snyder Signature Properties would like to give a huge shout out to the local sports of Fremont County. They are here to support your team and your local home real estate needs. Call today to see how Snyder Signature Properties can help you buy and sell your next property. Good luck to all Fremont County athletes.
Hometown Freedom Healthcare, making healthcare great. Providing coverage in family medicine, women's health, pediatrics, and mental health. Meet providers Tara Blumenshine and Adina Vasco and Jessica Rodriguez. Come see us at Hometown Freedom Healthcare, locally owned, 463-0541.
The staff and board at the Fremont County Fair wish to thank everyone who attended the fair this year. Whether you enjoyed Family Day, a night event, entered a craft show, or showed your livestock, thank you for all your efforts. We'll be moving and grooving next year, so stay tuned.
Welcome back, Big Piney High School. It's all about me, Tucker. It's all about me. Hey, we're getting ready to start the fourth quarter of play. 22-12. Shoshoni with the lead. They've been running the ball, and they've got a 4th and 2 at the 43-yard line. Here's a rollout by Mills on the play. He's going to take off toward the sticks and then throw it incomplete. Wow, and I think he might have been able to get there.
Me too.
But Mills tried to thread the needle inside to Cannon Campbell, and it fell incomplete on a great defensive play that time by Gurr of Big Piney.
And Cannon had Gurr beat there. If Alex had decided to throw the ball about a second earlier, Cannon was open, but Gurr, he closed the gap real quick when he noticed that Alex still had the ball and was going to throw the ball.
So with 11:53 to play, a big stop by this Big Piney defense gives them the ball at the 42 of Shoshoni. Snively out in the gun, 1 receiver right side, 2 running backs, handoff right side to Clifford. He'll cut back inside under Jackson Stanley and fall dead at the 44-yard line. 2nd and 7 for Big Piney. Clock running. Shoshoni leads by 10. 11:33 to play in this one.
And you said it during the break, if they had just kicked both their field goals instead of gone for 2, this would be a 1-possession game, but now they have an uphill battle to climb with a 10-point deficit.
2nd and 7 for Big Piney. Gray helmets, red jerseys, gray pants. Like the uniforms. Here's a handoff up the middle. Ruben Stoutenberg. He'll be tackled just after he gets to the 35-yard line. 3rd and 3 for Big Piney. 11 minutes to go in this ball game. On a beautiful afternoon in Big Piney. When I saw this game on the schedule, I thought, foot of snow, snow bowl. Nope, it's sunny, blue sky over here in the land of the moose.
Got one
Literally,
of the
this
prettiest
is
backdrops here.
One of the best moose areas in the state of Wyoming, and it's right at the foothills of the Wyoming Range. Big Piney, 6,842 feet. Here's Snively in the gun. 3 receivers set. He'll look left. Looking to throw it back over the middle. Deep to Stoutenberg. Incomplete. And good coverage that time by Dominic Jarvis and Quentin Clark.
Real good defense by Dom. He knew that if he had started to deflect that ball a little earlier, it would have been defensive pass interference. So he figured out exactly when to jump, and he got it going just perfectly right there.
So now Big Piney faces a 4th and 3 at the 35. They've got to get the ball right to the 32 for a first down. So Snively will come out in the shotgun. 1 receiver left, 1 receiver right, 2 running backs in the backfield. And I would expect possibly a running play to Clifford. Nope, they're going to pass it. Short across the middle to Gurr. First down. It'll be Gurr will fall down at the 34-yard line. Good call by this Big Piney coaching staff.
That was a good call.
First down, Big Piney.
They were playing soft coverage because I think they were expecting a run, but that soft coverage gave them about 4 yards for the wide receiver to run in and do a curl route.
10:08 to play in this ball game. Out left side, it's the fast guy, Hunter Fisher. 2 running backs set. He'll pass it right side to Gurr down inside the 20. It'll be another first down on the play.
Oh, no,
we'll see where they mark it. Right at the 20. It's going to be a yard short. So 2nd and 1 for Big Piney, and they'll come out in a fast huddle. Gurr under center, full house backfield. Last time they did this, they handed to the fullback. And they do, and he's got a big hole down to the 15 and the 14-yard line. First down, Big Piney on that run of 7 yards.
He hurt his hand somehow.
Puncher's not going away in this one.
What number was he?
44. 9-14 and counting in this ball game. We'll see where we end up here as Big Piney trying to creep a little closer to the number 2 ranked Wranglers. Here's Snively. Stoutenberg in motion. Shotgun formation. Handoff right side to Clifford. We'll see if he can get the edge. He doesn't. He cuts back
he turned
left.
all the way around.
And he's got a big place to run. And we're going to get a holding call as Alex Mills was held up. And that hold going to go at the 6-yard line. We'll see what the call is, but Mills held his arms up as the flag flew in at his feet.
And, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not watching on WYO today, he was running to the right. Caden was for Big Piney. He saw nothing but white jerseys, and he turned around. It looked a little like Dante Hall for the Chiefs back in the day. He just turned around, and he ran right past everybody behind them, and he had nothing but green grass before one Shoshoni Wrangler caught him up.
I'm not sure why we're comparing anybody to a Kansas City Chief, but, you know, we did.
Because I watch enough Dante Hall footage for fun.
He was an athletic player. He used to give the Broncos fits. That holding call backs up Big Piney back to the 20-yard line. So it will be first down. And it looks like 14 after that blocking the back call. So 3 receivers right for Big Piney. Clifford in the backfield with Snively. Snively will roll right. He'll throw toward the end zone. Catch!
Wide open.
And it's going to go inside the 5-yard line. And again, making the catch, Hunter Fisher of Big Piney. Hunter Fisher has some wheels.
He has some wheels, but he also stopped right at the 2-yard line and was wide open. There was no one even close to him.
There's Big Piney. Hurry up offense. They're going to hand it to the big fullback. And we're going to get a flag thrown, and they're going to say offsides on Shoshoni, I believe.
Give him a yard.
We'll see who it's on. Yep, it's going to be offside Wranglers, and that'll move the ball half the distance down to the 1-yard line.
And Shoshoni right now, their defensive line looks pretty gassed. They're putting hands on their hips, and it's going to be tough for them to stop this 4-down territory right here on the 1. But if they can do it, they got to get inside pressure on this very first call.
Tale of 2 halves as Big Piney has kind of owned this second half. And we'll see now as Snively comes to the line. 2nd and 1 for a Big Piney touchdown. Snively hits a quarterback sneak. He'll be pushed up the middle. Touchdown, Big Piney. So 1-yard run by Snively. Excellent drive by Big Piney after Shoshoni went for it on 4th down. Did not get it. And Big Piney drives 40-plus yards for a touchdown with 7:37 to play in this game. And
go ahead.
They will go for 2 most likely with a 4-point lead of 22-18.
And if you're Shoshoni, you have to have a goldfish's memory when you come back with this ball.
1 receiver each side. Here's Snively in the gun. Snively looking for, and it's going to be tipped by the defensive line on the play, so no good.
Tipped by Cannon Campbell.
All right.
His hands up.
Cannon Campbell on the 2-point pass is no good. 7:37 to play. We've got a good one brewing in Sublette County. It's Shoshoni 22, Big Piney 18. We're back on the Fremont County Game of the Week.
Glass wants to wish all the Lander Valley Tiger teams good luck this year. Glass is locally owned and operated in Lander. They bleed green. Call or stop in today to get a quote on a window or get a quick fix on your window for a rock chip. Glass is Lander.
It's Physical Therapy Month.
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 It's Physical Therapy Month. October is National Physical Therapy Month, and here at Teton Therapy, we are celebrating all month long. In our Lander and Riverton clinics, we're hosting special events, celebrations, and great giveaways for our patients, past, present, and future. Check us out at Teton Therapy PC on Facebook for more details.
Whatever. I like AP better.
Welcome back, Big Piney High School, and the Punchers clawing their way back into this game. It's a 4-point lead for the Wranglers as Big Piney will kick off the ball, 7:37 to play. Right now is when you need one of those clock-eating drives.
Definitely.
If you're Coach Tony Trumpler and the Wranglers.
You have the offensive power to do it. It's just you got to execute well.
Dylan Woodward on the kick. He'll go deep down to Peyton Trumpler. He'll take the ball at the 15. He's over the 25, over the 30, where he will go down after slipping at the 33-yard line.
I don't know if he slipped. It looked like he was trying to juke. I mean, just didn't really get into the hole there. But, yeah, he definitely could have eaten a little bit more yardage there.
First down and 10 for the Wranglers at their own 34. 22-18 lead with 7:31 to play in this game. Winner sets themselves up for possibly the number 1 or number 2 seed out of the playoffs. Here's Cannon Campbell on the big run. It'll go out near the 45-yard line. They're going to say it was down at the 43.
So is that going to be a first down for him?
And they do say first down as they actually marked it at the 34. So first down and 10. Nothing fancy here. Here's Cannon Campbell again through the middle of the line. He'll get out near midfield before being tripped up on the play by Thomas Howard.
And Big Piney is lucky they didn't get all their players off the field there. There could have been a flag, but I don't think that the refs are. I think the refs are just letting them play, which I really like.
Well, they are from Riverton. Can they count to 9? I'm not sure. I guess they can. Here's a handoff. Alex Mills loses the ball, and it's free, and Big Piney recovers.
Wow, that is not what you need at all.
Mills was trying to option the ball. It got knocked out of his hands. He pulled it back in, and when he went down, he lost the ball in the air. So turnover, Shoshoni was 6:47 to play. And these
now
turnovers.
You're talking about a clock-eating drive. Big Piney can do just that and get down to the end zone. If they play this right, they could have this for roughly about 5 minutes.
Boy, you just can't fumble the ball in the fourth quarter. So 6:47 to play. Could Shawn O'Brate be a hex here on the Wranglers? One receiver each side. Snively in the gun. Handoff up the middle to Stoutenberg, and a big tackle on the play by Kellen Lennon. Senior defensive lineman for the Wranglers. 2nd and 8 for Shoshoni. For Big Piney.
And, that is just so disheartening, that fumble, because their drive was going pretty well. They had 2 strong runs by Cannon. And, next thing you know, they could have had a couple different runners. But Alex Mills, man, that's going to be eating them up inside for a little while if that's the deciding factor.
There's Snively in the gun. Receiver each side. Snively will pass it right side, and it'll be complete. Outside on the right to a diving Carson Gurr. And that will go as a gain of 3 yards on the play. 3rd and 5 for Big Piney.
And these little inside curl routes are really working well for Big Piney. If you're Shoshoni, you got to stop giving them such soft coverage right up on the line. show a little teeth and, get in there and try and keep them within that 5-yard line.
Ball placed at the 49 of Shoshoni. 3rd and 5. 3 receivers right side for Big Piney. Here's Snively in the gun. Snively to the right, looking downfield. He'll pass over the middle. Wide open. Wow.
That's
Stoutenberg, touchdown. And it'll be a 49-yard pass for the touchdown. Nobody within 10 yards of Ruben Stoutenberg. And Stoutenberg goes in untouched. 49-yard pass play. Something went wrong with the Shoshoni defense on that play, and now Big Piney leads it for the first time today, 24-22.
Yeah, someone dropped their coverage or was unable to read what they were doing with their running game.
The good news about that, Shawn, is that
Shoshoni
there's plenty of time for Shoshoni to go on a drive of its own. Here's the try for 2. It's a big one. Snively passes incomplete off the hands of the receiver, Stoutenberg, who just caught the 49-yard pass. So 2-point game, 5:20 to play. Shoshoni got to move the ball. We'll be back on the Fremont County Game of the Week.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Boy. Welcome back. Big Piney High School, and oh boy. 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns by the Big Piney Punchers. One on a 1-yard run by Snively, and then a 49-yard pass just a few minutes ago to a wide open
Ruben
Stoutenberg.
Be more wide open. You could not.
There wasn't anybody within half of Sublette County from Ruben Stoutenberg, and he waltzed in with a 49-yard pass. So Shoshoni, with 5:20 to play, is going to have to dig deep with Trey Fike on the bench with an injured ankle. And here's the kick. It'll be deep toward the left side. Peyton Trumpler over the 20, up to the 25. He'll be dropped at the 26, and that's where the Shoshoni offense will take over. 5:14 to play. That drive, well, it was just outstanding by Big Piney. A lot of time to pass, and maybe this Shoshoni defensive line is a bit tired.
Definitely.
The offensive line definitely has their hands on their knees. We'll see if they can dig deep, the Wranglers, here in the final 5:14 of play. Mills comes out, full house backfield. One receiver left side. As we said, Trey Fike on the sidelines is Quentin Clark now, the sophomore playing that left defensive end. Here's Cannon Campbell up the middle, a big gain out to the 35-yard line. That'll be a gain of 8 on the play for Campbell.
And Cannon's getting some great touches right now. Peyton's typically your workhorse, but Cannon can come in the fourth quarter and take a lot of these snaps that you typically give Peyton or Dom earlier in the season.
5 minutes to play in this one. 2nd and 2 for Shoshoni. Need to hold on to the football. Here's Mills. He'll punch it left side to Trumpler. He's going to have a first down and more out over the 40 and the 47 near the 50. We'll see where they mark it. Right at the 50, it looks like. First down and 10 for Shoshoni on the nifty off-tackle run by senior running back Peyton Trumpler.
And that 15-yard gain is exactly what Peyton's been doing all season. Especially when you get him out in open field to the right like that, he is just going to go, go, go.
4:35, first down and 10 for Shoshoni. Nothing fancy here, straight up the middle. Here's a little crossbuck play. Trumpler going to gain 6 yards on first down. It'll be 2nd and 4 at the 44 of Big Piney.
And they've already eaten about a minute and a half off the clock, which is exactly what they need to do. They don't even want to give the ball back to Big Piney.
No way, not at this point.
With the way their defense has looked, you don't want to give them even 20 seconds.
Big Piney has caught fire in this game. 2nd and 4. Here's Mills. He'll hand it to Cannon Campbell. No, back to Trumpler on that same crossing play. First down for Shoshoni as Trumpler gains inside the 40-yard line. And we've got an injured Big Piney player on the field. He'll pick himself up. That's Thomas Howard. Let's see, second time he's been down in the last couple minutes.
He's holding his ribs and his chest. I wonder if maybe he's gotten the wind knocked out of him a handful of times, but the ref is talking to him right now.
1st and 10 for Shoshoni at the 38 of Big Piney. 3:40 to play and counting. There's not a more important drive on the season. Here's Trumpler up the middle. He's going to be dropped after a gain of 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 6 for the Wranglers.
And that's kind of the only way you can really bring Peyton down if you're by yourself, is to kind of go a little low and make him jump over you, or at least try and wrap him up around the thighs. But that is exactly how you do it if you're Big Piney.
Great running backs can't run without their feet on the ground. 2nd and 6. Here's Cannon Campbell up the middle. He'll be out close to a first down, just short at the 30-yard line. 3rd and 2 for Shoshoni as the clock winds inside 3 minutes. 2:50 and counting. 30 yards for Shoshoni. Big play here. You're in 4-down territory. Here's Mills. And jumping off sides is going to be Big Piney. And that's going to be the senior defensive lineman, Adhaiska Fiesel.
What a
and
name.
A first down for Shoshoni.
We haven't really talked about it very much, Cody, but this is a pretty packed house here for Big Piney, not only in the bleachers, but all across the side here. This is getting to be a very loud stadium up here.
Yeah, big crowd here. They even brought down some folks from Marbleton tonight. 1st and 10 for Shoshoni. Handoff Trumpler. Trumpler going to make it over the 20, and it's going to be a gain of about 7 yards on the play. Tucker, he knows about Marbleton. He's been in some trouble down in Marbleton at the Mini Mart in past years. 2nd and 3 for Shoshoni inside the red zone at the 18. 2 minutes to play in this one. Clock is counting. Nothing fancy here so far from Shoshoni. Pitch outside. Here's Trumpler. He's going to be caught in the backfield and wrestled down at the 24. They're going to blow the whistle after he lost the ball. So that will be a loss with 1:44 to play. 3rd and 8 now for Shoshoni. Big Piney just loaded it up right there. So 3rd and long with a minute and a half to play. Shoshoni, I'm not sure how many timeouts they have. I don't think they've called one in this game.
Both teams have 3.
Clock winds inside a minute 20. Here's Trumpler right up the middle. He's going to be tackled and wrestled down. Nothing fancy for Shoshoni.
That was not what they needed to do.
Literally a gain of 1 on the play. So 4th and 7 and a timeout for Shoshoni with 1:08 to play. And you'd have thought they went conservative. You would have thought maybe a pass on 3rd down.
Well, even then, Peyton Trumpler did what he, on the 2nd down play, he did something he doesn't typically do, and he hesitated in the backfield, which got him stood up right there. That was that big 5-yard loss, but running up the middle, I mean, he ran into a collection of Big Piney punchers. I wonder if maybe going outside would have even been better than a pass.
This has been a battle, and that time it kind of looked like maybe Trumpler was feeling it a little bit. Tired. They've been on the field a long time in this game. 1:08 to play. And, boy, keeping it here. This will be the play of the game. 4th and 7. And they've got to be setting up some sort of a pass play, maybe an option, something like that.
Something.
Got to get the ball on the outside here because I guarantee you Big Piney's going to be pushing from the middle.
And that's why I'm surprised they went up the middle on third down there, is because you knew you've gotten better success running on the outside. Let's just see what they do here.
So 4th and 7 for the Wranglers.
Alex is giving his huddle just a little bit more momentum here.
1:08 to play. Two receivers right side. It's Quentin Clark and Dom Jarvis. Here's Mills in the gun. Mills going to run right side, pitch it to Trumpler. He's going to get a first down and more. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Shoshoni. Hands are up. Touchdown, Wranglers at the 1 minute mark. Wow, what a play.
That was
what a
great
gutsy
setup.
call.
Great setup and great look by Alex Mills. He knew that he had two defenders on him, and he just said, Peyton, can you take this?
22-yard run by Peyton Trumpler leads to a touchdown with 1 minute to play. The Shoshoni Wranglers, if they can hold on, will be unbeaten in conference play, and it's a gutsy drive here on the Fremont County Game of the Week. 1 minute to play, and they'll probably go for two, I'm guessing here, which would give them possibly a 6-point lead. And, you know, we were talking about it, and the guy off my right shoulder called the play. He said it's going to be an option run, and he was right. Here's Mills. He'll pitch it to Trumpler around the end. He reaches, and he does not get the 2-point conversion. So with 1 minute to play, Big Piney's going to get the ball back. It's Shoshoni 28, Big Piney 24. This may be the Fremont County Game of the Year. On
Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Ballard, Dr. Hinkle, and Dr. Frazier offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today. Take care of your heart. You only get one, so eat well by avoiding salty, fatty foods and fill up on fiber and grains. Stay active. Shoot for 150 minutes of physical activity per week. Take your heart medications and call 911 if you're having any symptoms of a heart attack or stroke. Lander Medical Clinic cares about your heart, but no one should care more about your heart than you.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
Welcome back, Big Piney High School with 1 minute to play. Outstanding drive by the Shoshoni Wranglers. They drive all the way down. Peyton Trumpler scores from 22 yards out. And with 1 minute to play, the Wranglers with a 4-point lead. Now if you're Dom Jarvis, take the coach's advice and kick it out of bounds. And he does not. It's going to be returned on the play by the fast one. And we'll see if they hit him. They do. First hit on the play by Julian Caballo.
What a hit.
And down on the field is a Shoshoni Wrangler. We'll see who it is, but it is Caballo on the field after he made that big hit on Hunter Fisher. I did not think they would kick it to Hunter Fisher again.
It wasn't Fisher. It was Roger Young, number 16. Fisher
he ran
was
the ball?
behind him. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They kicked it a little short, and, Fisher was actually behind number 16. And I think this would be a good time to go to a timeout here.
We'll go to a timeout. This is the Fremont County Game of the Week. Shoshoni up 28-24 on KWYW.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshoni. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Are you a caring person that wants to help but not sure where to go? Wyoming Senior Citizen Inc. is looking for caregivers across the state. Call 307-856-6880 to find out more information. They would like to wish all Fremont County athletes good luck this year.
Visit Lander Gambles to make your home feel like new. They will beat any competitor's price. Stop by to speak to one of the sales agents or visit LanderGambles.com. Lander Gambles will help you find the perfect product that fits your budget and lifestyle. Lander Gambles, 420 Main Street, Lander, Wyoming.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Natural Health Solutions offers treatments for a variety of conditions, along with nutritional counseling, chiropractic, acupuncture, and more. Treatment plans designed individually to optimize your health. Call for an appointment, 856-8181 today.
Welcome back to Big Piney High School.
I hope that was live.
No, it wasn't. 56 seconds to play, and it's 1st and 10 as Caballo gets led off the field.
Very gingerly walking with the coaches right now.
He made the big hit to stop the return by Roger Young. So
yeah,
1st down and 10 as Alex Mills back around his own 45.
You have
Here's
to play
Snively.
deep coverage, and they're going to sack
going
him.
to be sacked on the play, and that play going to go on Tucker Maddock and Jackson Stanley with that double team sack. 48 seconds to play, 28-24 game. We'll take a break. This is the Fremont County Game of the Week on KWYW, and we're streaming on WYO Today at YouTube.
You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube, oil, and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
Welcome back, Big Piney High School. 2nd and 13 after that sack by Stanley. Here's Snively in the shotgun, and a little screen pass out, incomplete to Clifford.
Close. That was in his hands, and he was past the defensive coverage there by Quentin. And, I mean, he would have had at least a 1st down right there. Instead, it's 3rd and 13 now with 44 seconds left.
Nice touch pass on the play by the quarterback, Champ Snively. One of my all-time favorite names for a quarterback. Snively in the gun, receiver left. Oh, here's a snap. It gets past Snively and picked up about 20 yards behind the line of scrimmage. He'll be taken down on the 13 by Jackson Stanley. And also in on the play, Quentin Clark. But that snap went right through the legs of Snively. You missed it. You were looking down.
I was looking down. I saw the snap.
I'm not sure what happened. Snively wasn't even looking at the ball, but it just dribbled between his legs. And now Big Piney facing long yardage. They've got to go from the 15 to the 42 for a 1st down. It's 4th down. Is it 4th down?
It is
2nd down.
4th down and 26.
4th down and 26.
I'm going to call a time.
We've got a timeout on the field. We'll go with it. Final 33 seconds of play coming up from Big Piney on the Fremont County Game of the Week coming right up.
Wyoming Community Bank is ready to serve you. Stop in at any one of their branches located in Riverton, Lander, and DuBois. A bank that is owned and operated by locals of Fremont County. Wyoming Community Bank, your source for home loans, auto loans, and more.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
Welcome back. 33 seconds to play. It'll be 4th and 26 after that fumble and recovery by Big Piney at their own 15. They've got to go to the 42 for a first down. Here's Snively in the gun. 3 receivers left. He'll look to the left, throw it short over the middle, incomplete to Stoutenberg. And that's going to do it. Yep, it was going to be a hook and ladder from Stoutenberg to Gurr. And Stoutenberg committed the sin. You got to catch it before you pitch it. And incomplete. And that's going to sew it up after Shoshoni takes a knee one time. And Shoshoni going to get out of Sublette County in all likelihood with a 4-point victory and win number 6 of the 2022 season.
Yeah, Ruben Stoutenberg knew that. He just keeps bending over and putting his hands on his head. He knows that he at least had the catch.
St. Stephen's.
And, yeah, St. Stephen's forfeiting means that this team, both these teams actually get at least one benefited win.
And he does down it on the play, so clock is running, and it looks like Big Piney will not call a timeout. They're shaking hands on the field with 13 seconds to go. Shoshoni with that big final fourth quarter drive, capped off by a 22-yard touchdown run by Peyton Trumpler. Final score from Big Piney. The Shoshoni Wranglers win their 6th game of 2022 with a 28-24 win over the Big Piney Punchers. We'll be back with the Click It or Ticket postgame show coming up next on KWYW.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
Riverton's Hampton Inn & Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
Former University of Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen is worthy of Wyoming.
23 plays into my first start here at the University of Wyoming. I dropped back, kind of went through a progression. I saw the middle of the field kind of open up. I decided to lower my shoulder. His helmet went straight into my collarbone here. We landed on the 20-yard line. At that moment, I knew something was really bad.
So Josh's collarbone was pretty bad. He had broken in multiple places, and it required hardware fixation with the plate in order to get it back together.
It was devastating news to me and my family, just knowing that, it could have ended 23 plays in.
We had no question whether we could perform the surgery here, given our wide range of varying subspecialties within orthopedics.
I would recommend Premier Bone and Joint Centers. The thing that made me feel really comfortable with them was they made it feel like your own family.
I think he'll have no problem performing in the NFL. His rehab and his recovery done very well, and I don't see any restrictions on him whatsoever.
They want the best for you, and they won't steer you wrong.
Let us show you why we're worthy of Wyoming.
Back when I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do.
Heading south, down the road in a gold Cadillac, coupe to fill.
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Papa Murphy's is proud to sponsor this week's Player of the Game. For a limited time, enjoy a Papa Murphy's barbecue chicken pizza made with KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce. After the game or anytime, you can't beat the fresh ingredients and authentic flavor of a Papa Murphy's Take and Bake pizza. And you know it's baked right every time because you baked it yourself. Papa Murphy's on North Federal in Riverton. Drop in or order online at papamurphys.com. Go Wolverines!
Welcome back. This is the Click It or Ticket postgame show. Cody Beers, Shawn O'Brate here in Big Piney, and we saw a good one today. It was a comeback. Well, they led the whole game, and then they were forced to come back as Big Piney hit a bomb inside 6 minutes to play, but Shoshoni would get the ball back, and they would cap it off with a all-run drive, and Peyton Trumpler on a 22-yard touchdown run with 1 minute to play. The 2-point run was no good, and the final margin of victory, Shoshoni 28 and Big Piney 24. Big Piney falls to 3-2 in conference play. Shoshoni improves to 5-0 in conference play, and for at least one night, they will have a half-game lead on the Wind River Cougars in conference play. Outstanding performance tonight by the Shoshoni Wranglers and Big Piney. Both teams extremely tired at the end of the game, and I'm sure Big Piney felt like they did everything they had to do in the second half to win that game, but Shoshoni just too tough, too physical in the end, and takes the 4-point win. This game, well, it got underway in the first quarter. Alex Mills had a pair of first-half interceptions, and Mills would hook up the first score of the game on a 20-yard touchdown pass from Alex Mills to Jackson Stanley. Peyton Trumpler would score on the 2-point conversion, and it was 8-0 Shoshoni just inside 6 minutes to go in this first quarter. Second quarter score would be Shoshoni on a 1-yard run by Peyton Trumpler at the 6:09 mark. Jarvis would hit the PAT, and it was 15-0 with 6:09 to play in the first half. Mills would intercept a ball with 37 seconds to play in the first half, holding Big Piney out of the end zone. But Big Piney would come out and score early in this third quarter. Clifford would score on an 8-yard run at the 7:24 mark. The 2-point run was no good. It was 15-6 Shoshoni. Trumpler would come back, score his second touchdown of the day on a 22-yard run. Jarvis would hit the kick, and it was 22-6 with 3:27 to go in the third quarter. But then Snively would hit Hunter Fisher on a 78-yard touchdown pass with 2:02 to play in the third quarter. The 2-point run was no good, and it was 22-12 Shoshoni. Fourth quarter would start with a 1-yard touchdown run by Snively after a Shoshoni turnover. The 2-point pass was no good, and it was 22-18 Shoshoni. Then Snively would hit Ruben Stoutenberg on a 49-yard pass play. The 2-point pass was no good, and with 5:47 to play, it was Big Piney taking its first lead of the game, 24-22. But Shoshoni would answer on the ensuing drive. It was an all-run drive as Trumpler would finish things off with his second 22-yard touchdown run of the day. The 2-point run was no good at the 1-minute mark, but that would be the final margin of victory. Final score, Shoshoni 28 and Big Piney 24. Let's take a short break. We'll come back with more of the Click It or Ticket postgame show. We've got Coach Tony Trumpler. We've got running back Peyton Trumpler and offense and defensive lineman and touchdown pass catcher Jackson Stanley coming up after the break. This is the Click It or Ticket postgame show.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey. High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit nreca.org.
Welcome back on the Click It or Ticket postgame show. I'm joined up here in the booth by the winning Wranglers. Hey, that's good news as they make a 200-mile trip over the mountain to Big Piney. And I know, Peyton, that's the last thing you wanted to happen when you guys fell behind 24-22. But, hey, coaches got you guys together. What were they talking about?
They were just telling us not to give up 100% for this last drive because that's what we need. And we went out and we gave it our all, and we ended up punching one into the end zone. Well,
it was your third touchdown of the day, and you got to say thanks to this big man behind you because he caused some havoc on defense, was able to get you guys the ball back to make things happen. But your second 22-yard touchdown run of the day resulted in that win, and it's got to feel pretty sweet coming over the hill and getting a win.
Yeah, it feels amazing, especially a close game like this. It feels good, and it really just goes to show how good of a team that we have and how close we are to be able to come up from that adversity of going down a touchdown with that short time left and being able to drive down the field and score.
Well, you lost one of your main pieces there at the start of the second half when Trey Fike went down, looked like with an injured ankle. He's a key player of your offense and defense, so you guys had to suck it up, brought Quentin Clark in. He was a young player. And you had to make things happen.
Yeah, it's. I'm glad that they kind of stepped up and were able to fill that position. Of course, nobody on that sideline is as good as Trey, but they really stepped up and showed that if we really do need them, that they can come in.
Were you guys a little tired down the stretch? I saw a lot of hands on knees. Maybe talk to Coach about getting you guys some sprints or something here.
I don't know about that. I think we conditioned plenty. It's a little bit hotter than we thought it was going to be, and I don't know. We just a little tired. It's been a long game.
You like contact when you're running the football?
Yeah, a little bit too much.
Well, you were able to get the edge on these guys, and it helped you guys down the stretch, and of course on that final touchdown run. Did they just kind of give up on you once you got the corner? Because it looked like they were coming at you, but you skated that sideline.
I don't really know. I was trying to keep my eyes forward and just trying to punch that ball in. So. All
right, Peyton Trumpler. That was okay. Stanley says it was him setting the blocks. So, hey, congratulations, you're Papa Murphy's player of the game. Let's get our Gatorade player of the game on here, and hey, grab a drink, Peyton. You know, I've been watching this guy play for a couple years, and he gets the ball in basketball. He's got some soft hands, and hey, that was a nice touchdown catch you had. What were you thinking of as that ball came down? It was a thing of beauty.
Yeah, I was a little bit nervous. I always am nervous when I go up for catches, but I don't really know what to think.
Oh, come on, man. You got to talk. You're on the radio. Jackson, it took a big effort by your offense and defensive lines today to create holes to run through. Big Piney's pretty good.
Yeah, they are. We practiced for them all week. We're a little nervous coming down here, but we just had to step up and play the hardest the whole time.
Well, you got a big one coming up in a week, and I know you know those guys at Pavilion, and I know you're kind of bitter rivals, right?
Yeah. Yep.
It's going to be probably for everything, a conference championship.
Yeah.
What do you got to do to get ready for it?
A lot.
Would you like to play it tomorrow or what?
I would like to play it tomorrow, yes.
All right. Well, you'll have a week to think about it.
Yeah.
Hey, congratulations. Big plays out there, our Gatorade player of the game.
Thank you.
This guy's got some meat hooks, man. He just wrapped up my little hand. I mean, we're talking huge hands, huh?
Yeah, they're pretty big.
All right. Congratulations, Jackson. This guy is a man of few words. All right. We'll get another man of few words up here. Hey, congratulations, guys. Coach, you knew it'd be a battle when you came out here tonight, and you were ahead the whole game, but Big Piney kept chipping away.
Yeah, we came out, I don't know, I want to say soft in the second half, but they made some adjustments, and you know, they're coached well. I I don't know if we just kind of thought we were on cruise control a little bit and we were handling them, because defensively we kind of were for the whole first half, and they kind of, had a big long pass that opened some things up, and we just kind of weren't ready for them in the second half, and so it kind of showed.
Well, turnovers hurt
Yeah.
in that second half. I mean, that fumble by Mills on fourth down was a big one.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty upset about it, and that's it happens. It's football. They're not professionals. We were teasing him after the game that he probably isn't going to be able to run that anymore, or he's got some 40s before we can go in. But it is what it is. They're going to make mistakes. Like I said, they're not making millions.
Well, that was the third time he'd ran that play.
Yeah.
Gained 14 and 22, and then unfortunately with the fumble there.
Yeah, and that's just what it is. Isn't like we told him, and once you break there, you're a running back. Let's put it away. And it's just little things that it's fixable.
Well, he had those first two interceptions in the first half, and that one at the end of the first half was big with 37 seconds to play.
Yeah, that was huge. I actually didn't know if he caught it because I saw the ball squirt out, so I didn't know if he caught it or not. But, yeah, that ended the drive for them and put us, back on offense going into half. So,
well, you got everything to play for. You're unbeaten in conference play. You're actually ahead of Wind River now by a half game as they play Grable tomorrow night. But, need we say any more? Next Thursday, Shoshoni, Wind River at Pavilion.
Yeah. I wish it was at home, but, whatever. It's not that far. It's a big one. It always is a big one. And I've said it over and over again. It doesn't matter if we're both down one year. It'll probably be the hardest game we play all year. Or, this one, we're probably two of the best teams in 1A 9-man football right now, and we're gonna square off. So we're ready. We're excited.
Got any bulletin board material for me? I'm kidding.
No, not really. But I got to just give a shout out to the offensive line tonight. They played hard. They played possessed. Kenny Campbell. If I had to pick an MVP tonight, he would probably be my MVP. Not only running the ball hard, but he's just everywhere on defense. The kid plays, he's end, he's nose, he's linebacker. We've put him at corner. I've promised him I'll put him at safety before he graduates this year because that's the only position he hasn't played on defense yet. So at some point this year, he's going to get to play safety. I would argue that he's one of the best defensive players in the state.
Well, he had some outstanding runs offensively, and then he's all about hitting. He likes to hit, and he likes to tackle.
Yeah, our running backs, they like to hit. We're finally getting Peyton to kind of miss some contact every now and then and bounce it outside. And, we've talked to him. You don't have to hit everybody. You don't have to find people to hit. And Cannon's like, nope, I do. That's me. I hit people. So they feed off each other really well. So it's a nice combination in the backfield. And then you throw Dom in there. He's a little more shifty and stuff. So
tell us about Trey Fike. He went down with that injured ankle, and that made a difference. There was a lack of having a senior back there in the defense. And how is his ankle?
I think he'll be fine. He's just a little tender. We decided, he wanted to come back in, and we decided, let's not rush things. Definitely. As soon as he went down, their passing game changed a lot. They knew they could come at us a little bit, because because he's hard to pass on. We had to move Alex out of the middle of the field more than we'd like to, because when he could play in the middle of the field, he's just everywhere. So we have some younger guys that if Trey, is still banged up and can't go 100%, they got to step up. We have our guy that usually plays, one of our freshmen that usually plays and gets some time in varsity is hurt, so he wasn't here today. So that hurt a little bit. We had to get creative. So, and if he can't go, we'll have to get creative. We have the athletes. We just gotta coach them up if we don't have them. So if we don't have Trey, so we'll just have to put another one there. So
well, everything's in front of you, Coach. You got all of your season goals still ahead of you, and boy, next Thursday it'll be special. What do you do when you've got the game of the year coming up, and you play on Thursday, do you give them the weekend off and then come back Monday, or do you make them come in and practice over the weekend?
Well, what we do is what we've been doing is we've been getting film. We've been doing film on Fridays. Nobody wants to stay after a game, but we've been doing film and just a little bit of walkthroughs. And our JV schedules kind of throws into there too, because we play our JV games on a Monday. So we've been practicing in the morning on Mondays, and then the JV goes off and plays. And we've stayed late, so we'll go till 7 some nights, just to get kind of a double practice in, because we essentially do lose a day of practice. So
sure.
I mean, we've worked around it. The Thursday games sounds like it's here to stay. So we'll just have to adapt, and I think we're doing a pretty good job of it. It just kind of sucks on Friday after you play a hard game that you can't give them, like if you play on a Friday, you get the weekend off.
Sure.
And now we don't really have that option. So, I mean, we don't do anything crazy on Fridays. We do walkthroughs and film work and stuff like that. But
yeah, with beautiful weather, though, it feels like it's still the start of September, but hey, we're getting close to the end of the year.
Yeah, it's been kind of crazy. I know it's supposed to be a little cooler next week, but I wasn't expecting it to be this warm over here today. The turf makes things a little hotter. It was a little hotter out. We might have been a little tired from the bus ride, but I don't like to use that as an excuse, because everybody's got to travel. So,
sure.
It's just one of those things. We have to be ready to go. We might do a little more conditioning this week, like you said.
Oh, don't tell him Beer said that.
But it is what it is. Everybody's got to travel. We came out really hot, and we just kind of took a little break in the second half.
Sure.
And in the fourth quarter, when it counted, we pulled it together and came back and did what we needed to do. So
yeah, big drive there down the stretch. That really shows something about the heart on this team and the fight and will.
Yeah, and that's that we were actually just talking about that, and that makes a difference between a good team and I'll say a great team, is when you can rally like that. And I mean, we were a little shaken up a little bit because we were kind of stunned, but they didn't close up shop. I had to throw Dom into a safety position, into a corner position. He's never really played it. I mean, we play a little bit when we're messing around. He'll do it, but he's never had to do it in a game. And so he was kind of upset a little bit because he felt like he gave up some touchdowns, and it's nothing he did wrong. He just hasn't played it yet, but he made huge tackles in the middle of the field there toward the end of the when they were driving to stop it. And so it's just one of those things. And I just told him, I was like, at that point, you just let your athleticism take over.
Sure.
And be an athlete, and you'll be just fine. And he is a great athlete. So.
All right, Coach. Well, hey, congratulations. Another big win, and it's our pleasure to be here watching you guys.
Thanks for making the trip.
You bet. That is Coach Tony Trumpler here on the postgame show. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll go over some final stats, and then we'll get out of here. We got a 2.5 drive back out to Riverton. I mean, it's a long drive down here, and you got to go over South Pass, but at least it's good weather, right,
it
Coach?
Is, yeah, so far, yeah.
All right. Hey, thanks, Tony.
All right,
appreciate
thank you, guys.
Snyder Signature Properties would like to give a huge shout out to the local sports of Fremont County. They are here to support your team and your local home real estate needs. Call today to see how Snyder Signature Properties can help you buy and sell your next property. Good luck to all Fremont County athletes.
Hometown Freedom Healthcare, making healthcare great. Providing coverage in family medicine, women's health, pediatrics, and mental health. Meet providers Tara Blumenshine, Adina Vasco, and Jessica Rodriguez. Come see us at Hometown Freedom Healthcare, locally owned, 463-0541.
The staff and board at the Fremont County Fair wish to thank everyone who attended the fair this year. Whether you enjoyed Family Day, a night event, entered a craft show, or showed your livestock, thank you for all your efforts. We'll be moving and grooving next year, so stay tuned.
Wyoglass wants to wish all the Lander Valley Tiger teams good luck this year. Wyoglass is locally owned and operated in Lander. They bleed green. Call or stop in today to get a quote on a window or get a quick fix on your window for a rock chip. Wyoglass is Lander.
Welcome back to Big Piney High School. This is a Click It or Ticket post-game show, and as always, we always appreciate Tony Trumpler bringing up a couple players and then give us some of his insights it's easier for a coach to do that after a win. And
definitely,
tonight was a big win for the Shoshoni Wranglers. I really thought, Shawn, when we got through the first half, that Shoshoni was going to win by a couple touchdowns, but Big Piney showed a lot of heart in this one. They fought back, and it forced Shoshoni to dig deep down the stretch, and they did just that, and Shoshoni emerged with the win.
Definitely. If you could split this game into two halves, I mean, if you looked at the first half, it looked like Shoshoni by 20 points, and then you look at the second half, if you were to take the score away, it would look like Big Piney by 20 points. There was just so many mistakes by the punchers in the first half that were mirrored by Shoshoni in the second half, and both of those teams probably going to blame some of those mistakes and those penalties and those fumbles for maybe the lack of scoring that this game could have produced. But nonetheless, Shoshoni really pulled it out, and they did a great job on that last drive, just eating up all that clock before Peyton scored that touchdown.
Hey, we had a blast down here in Big Piney tonight. Appreciate all the sponsors of the Wind River Radio Network. Just outstanding. We appreciate the ability to be able to bring these big games. Fremont County is all about football, and we're really happy to be here tonight. And appreciate everyone here at Big Piney High School rolling out the red carpet. They got us in the booth, and it's one of the coolest press boxes in the state of Wyoming, regardless of class.
Definitely.
And we're thankful, too, that we'll get to drive back home on dry roads tonight in October from Big Piney. That doesn't happen very often. I mean, I'll be back down here during basketball, and you never have a dry road during basketball season, Shawn. So, but it's been a fun night here, and we'll be back next Thursday from Pavilion. I think Shawn's going to join me next week, and,
I'm going to try, yeah.
And we'll have the Wind River Cougars. They will take on Grable tomorrow. They will be at home in their season. I believe it's their final home game of the season, and they'll host their cross-county rivals from Shoshoni. It'll be Wind River and Shoshoni, and we'll be back next week with the Fremont County Game of the Week.
Yeah, that's going to be probably one of the best games of the season. And if you thought this game was a tight race all the way down to the wire, I can almost guarantee you that next week's going to be pretty similar. I would almost imagine that it'd be even more high scoring, just from the couple games of Wind River that I've watched and called. They like to run the ball, and so does Shoshoni. It's going to be just up the gut for 48 minutes. It's going to be nonstop. And the thing is, they have speed on both sides. You have on this side of the ball, obviously Alex is really fast, and Cannon and Peyton have speed underneath their big trucks of shoulders that they like to pummel people with. But over in Wind River, I mean, they have J.C. Herbert. They have a few different guys.
Cooper Frederick.
Cooper Frederick is so good. And they just have so much speed. When they get out in the open field, there's no one that can stop them. So Shoshoni had to deal with some speed tonight with number 13, Hunter Fisher, and then Roger Young there at the end. He got a nice little speedy run. And if
shifty little running back, too, and
11, yeah,
Caden Clifford.
They're going to have to deal with a lot more speed than they had to deal with tonight. So it's going to be interesting to see how they deal with that. Hopefully Trey Fite comes back, because that's definitely their biggest passing threat. And nonetheless, it's going to be an interesting game.
All right, Shawn O'Brien, I'm Cody Beers. Hey, from Big Piney, we're going to sign off. Final score tonight, Shoshoni 28, Big Piney 24. Thanks to everyone who helped bring us this broadcast, including the general manager of the Wind River Radio Network, Kevin Shields. Have a wonderful evening. Hey, there'll be a lot more football on the network tomorrow. We'll be back next week with the Fremont County Game of the Week.
It's Physical Therapy Month.
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 October is National Physical Therapy Month, and here at Teton Therapy, we are celebrating all month long. In our Lander and Riverton clinics, we're hosting special events, celebrations, and great giveaways for our patients, past, present, and future. Check us out at Teton Therapy PC on Facebook for more details.
Whatever. I like April better.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment. Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Ballard, Dr. Hinkle, and Dr. Frazier offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today. Take care of your heart. You only get one, so eat well by avoiding salty, fatty foods and fill up on fiber and grains. Stay active. Shoot for 150 minutes of physical activity per week. Take your heart medications and call 911 if you're having any symptoms of a heart attack or stroke. Lander Medical Clinic cares about your heart, but no one should care more about your heart than you.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right.